welcome to the live stream. I am your hostess, Jenna Moreci. If you're not familiar, I am a #1 Amazon best-selling author of fantasy romance books as well as writing craft books. I just released the 3rd book in the Savior series, The Savior's Army, so definitely check it out. It is linked in the description below. I also have my writing craft books, Shut Up and Write the Book, as well as How to Write Romantasy. They are also linked in the description below. And I am a YouTuber here on YouTube. So if you're not familiar with my YouTube channel, that's weird because you're here right now. But be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell and like this stream. It really helps me out. And I'm going to go ahead and let Iona and Kachu introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Iona. Kachu. And I'm a dark fantasy author, but right now I'm working on a cozy paranormal mystery. And I do crystal ball readings on creepycore and folklore.com. And I also do live streams on Wednesdays on Twitch at creepycore and folklore. And I think that's everything.
Yes. Awesome. And that's Kachu being crazy. I love Kachu so much. Iona loving the hair today. Yes, she has wonderful hair.
Like my 90s bangs, boy band bang. Do you know what I mean? Where it's
want it that way. Let's see. Oh, I finally made it at the beginning of the stream. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. When will signed copies of Savior's Army be available? Probably in October. So won't be a while. I do signed sales once a year. Jenna looks so great, by the way. Thank you so much.
I said the same thing.
It's because
you always look nice, but you're just like glowing
in my PJs, looking
in your cool pajamas, like your fancy pajamas, and your, like have like your hair's amazing, and it looks.
My hair is wet and just in a swirly swirl. But I'm going to say it's because I'm finally rested. Even though I had a rough night last night, if you guys didn't know, I recently had a book release, and I planned my schedule so that once the release week was over, I could have a break for the rest of March. So I'm on my quote unquote break. It's a break for me. Mm-hmm. For anyone else, it would just be like a normal schedule. Like I was telling Iona what I did today, and she's like, for anyone else, that's like a regular schmegular day. But for you, it's like,
I said a stressful day.
Yeah.
I said that would actually be stressful. But for you,
I think it's the curled hair, the glasses, and the silky flower combination. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
It's a good
my hair is literally just wet, and while it's wet, I swirl it like this, and it just stays like that, and then it dries like that. It's a pajama party. No, I just always wear PJs to these streams. I don't give a shit.
She says chic PJs.
I love the satin PJs because they're just so if it's winter they keep you warm, and if it's summer they keep you cool. So I just love that almost all my PJs are satin at this point.
It's elevated.
Yes. I try. You get them on Amazon. They're inexpensive, but they're so cute. But all that said, I know what I'm getting for my anniversary. Amazing. We love to see it. But yeah, so welcome to the live stream. I am officially on break. I'm so excited. Yes, was it yesterday? No, the day before. I only had 4 things on my to-do list, and I did them all at a leisurely pace, and it was awesome.
That's fabulous.
Today, Cliff had physical therapy, and I made a bunch of medical phone calls, and we have this live stream, and I only have 1 thing left on my to-do list, which is to work on chapter 6 of my rom-com, which I will be doing during this live stream. Oh, and yesterday, Butters got a bath, so if you see her, tell her she looks beautiful because she's extra fluffy. She's extra fluffy today. She did not enjoy her bath, but she looks so great.
Worth it.
So yeah. Let's go ahead and get caught up. My book is currently in production now. I am with a hybrid publisher, and I've checked to see if they're safe. I want to thank Jenna for teaching me how to write stories. I am thankful I found you. Aw, thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to help you out, and good on you because a lot of hybrid publishers are, so if you're not familiar, a hybrid publisher is basically a self-publishing platform, but they do the self-publishing for you for a fee. Sometimes they can get into the vanity press territory, but vanity presses will charge you an arm and a leg, whereas hybrid publisher, they're charging you a more reasonable fee. So good on you for checking to make sure they weren't a vanity press. I finally get to hop into one of these. It's been ages. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Satin PJs feel so luxurious. Yes, I feel. I can link you guys to. Hold on. Let me
make it an affiliate link.
Yes.
And then we can all wear pajamas and have a pajama party.
Satin pajama set. Okay, let's find it. Are these the ones that I got? I'm trying to find it. Oh, I do have these. Oh, these are on sale for half price. So, hey. I'm trying to find the exact ones I'm wearing right now, but I'm sure they're easy to find. I would just go to my purchase history, but I didn't buy. Well, actually, I
think you bought one. I think you bought the blue, like, celestial pair.
I bought the black ones.
Oh, the black.
The black. Yes. Also, okay. So I found the link, and I bought, and you'll see them. It'll show up as the constellations. But if you look in there, you'll see the flower ones too. But you'll see they are very affordable, but they make you look like you're fancy. So you can pretend to be fancy in affordable satin PJs. Like me. And they're super comfy. And then you can walk. Cliff had physical therapy, and I'm walking around in my satin PJs.
Hell yeah.
And my red robe, just like, welcome to my home.
You just need like a martini or something.
Right.
This reminds me of something. I'm going to type it to you, but now I can't remember what it reminded me of. What were we just talking about?
Oh my gosh, they're only $9, guys.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
The exact pair that I got are $9. The rest are like $19. So if you want constellation ones, guys, they're hella cheap right now. They're only $9. Use my affiliate link. The other ones though are $20. But let's see if the flower ones are in here. Oh, there's cute ones with bows. There's Christmas ones. Sorry, I'm like, now I want more. But I have enough. I have enough. Oh, there's little flamingos. There's leopard print. I'm not really into leopard print. It reminds me of New Jersey.
So it's so funny because I'm not into leopard print either, but I get excited when other people are. Does that make sense? Where I'm like, wow, you are really yourself right now with your leopard.
Well, I like it when other people are into, just because it's kind of like leopard print is something that's very like in your face, and it's like, you know what, good for you.
Yes, that where I'm just like, I like the white tiger one, which are kind of gaudy, but I kind of love them. With the green background. I just like the green, but also tigers are cool too.
Let me hold on a second. I just saw what you said, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think about that when I'm like doing the dishes and stuff. It's like, look, guys.
Yes.
You can use my affiliate link and we'll be twins. Yeah, I like the green ones with the white tigers. And you're right, it's very like Las Vegas. It's like gaudy.
Yes.
It's gaudy, but in like a cute way.
Yes.
I like it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, for some reason, I don't like satin very much. But I feel like, and it's definitely for like
sensory.
It's sensory related.
I'm the opposite. Like I slept with a blankie, literally.
That was the silky.
Yeah, literally until I was 26. Only for the sensory reasons. I liked the sensory silky feelings between my fingers. And the only reason I was able to stop sleeping with a blankie is I switched to satin sheets. And now I have the sensory feeling all over and I don't need to rub the blankie. But everyone thought that I was sleeping with the blankie for like the comfort. It's like, no, I need that sensory feeling before I go to bed. So I'm like the opposite. But yeah, I could totally understand because I could see someone feeling like satin's like too slippery.
Yes, it's touching me.
Yeah,
the balloons, and but that's the same thing too. Or why I like wearing like dresses and stuff is because it's like I like the loose flowies. But I'm not like against satin or anything. It's just like after a while, I'm like, all right, that's enough.
Well, these are like really baggy, so it's like
okay, maybe it wouldn't be them.
Hold on a sec.
The pretty doorbell.
Yeah. I hope it's just Amazon. Let me check. Can you check, baby?
I'm trying.
He's checking. Because we get a lot of people who like come to the door to try and try to sell us on like AT&T,
Oh,
or I think it was just a package. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's a package.
Okay, Bubba's chill out. Yeah, it was just delivered. Okay. We get a lot of people who try to also come to the door. Realtors come to the door and ask us if we want to sell a house.
oh, that's so specific.
Yeah, it's because of the area. It's a very,
Yeah, I've only had that happen twice with this house.
Mhm.
One came to the door and I was like, "Get out of here," and one texted me, and I was like, "How? What is
Yeah,
happening?"
we get a lot of like letters in our mailbox saying,
Hmm.
"Hi, have you considered moving? We would love to sell your house for you."
Have you considered getting the F out so I can take all the money from selling
Yeah.
this house?
Yeah, it's really common. It's funny because other people are like door to door. It's like MLM. Here it's like, let me buy your house.
I love
Thank you. I've got the flower ones. I've got the blue constellation. I got the black constellation, and then I got solid black and solid blue. So
Nice.
those are my assortment. What is your book? Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. Congrats on the TSA book release. Thank you so much. I
Yay!
will say the one disappointing thing about the release is that I sent out over 130 arcs, and if you look on Amazon, there's only like 19 reviews. So it's like just
What?
yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, I can do ouch. I can do my review.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
It could just be one sentence. It's fine. But
No.
Kachu is being such a perfect angel. Is he okay?
Is he okay? No, he's never okay. But yeah, he is being extra good right now. It makes me think he broke something. He's done
Oh
that
no!
before. He's like,
Oh, I thought you meant like in his body, but you mean
no, something else. Like, because he's been like, "I love you, mommy," and I was like, "No, my sweet little baby boy," and then it's like
and
something
then
is
you're gonna
like
find some. That's like when
trash.
Butters poops under the bed. She will immediately come and cuddle with one of us, and it's
We're
like,
like, what have you done?
and then there's poop under the bed. Look at Kachu brushing your hair.
He's like,
Look at the hair.
mama.
Yeah, I made a live stream finally. Yay!
That's wonderful. Oh my gosh, what?
Oh, suspiciously widowed chic. That's not quite where I'm at because my robe is like a fluffy robe, and it would have to be
No,
one of
that's
those
the fur.
Yeah, it'd have to be one of those sheer feathered robes.
Yes.
Right now, the look that I have, I feel like it's more like my husband works, and I just stay at home. My husband works. I've got the rich husband sit by the pool wife look right now. But if I get that feathery robe, then we'll see.
Would you ever want a pool?
Yes, I want a pool real bad. But
Okay.
but I think I'd be paranoid because I'm already like paranoid about Butters going outside because we have so many critters around. And then at a pool, we would have to put a fence around it for me to feel comfortable with that, and then that would be ugly. So I don't know. Like what I want the most is just a hot tub.
That would
But
be
I don't
nice.
want an above ground hot tub because those are tacky. I want like an in ground hot tub.
This is horrible. I had no idea there was such thing as an in-ground hot tub. I've never even heard of that before.
You've never been to a pool? Because most pools have a hot tub.
Like out.
You've only been to an above ground pool?
No, like only like hot tubs are out of the ground.
But if you've been to a pool, you've been to an in-ground hot tub because they come together.
I've been to a pool.
And they have an in-ground hot tub next to it.
No in-ground hot tub.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay, I'm telling you. Like I've seen it where like someone built a deck up around like even even the public ones.
Is this something you didn't know before, but you eventually learned, or you're just learning it now from me?
No, I'm learning it right this very second.
Okay. I said it inside Work Central. This is what they look like.
Oh, okay. I've still never seen one, but now I always thought those were kiddie pools whenever I saw them in pictures.
Oh my god.
I'm like, look good.
Well, to be fair, I live in California, so maybe it's just because of the area. It's like Appalachia, like pools.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think this is like maybe a more affluent
It's definitely not an affluent thing, to be clear, because you got to keep in mind that I haven't lived where I live my whole life.
Right.
I used to live
A
in
spa.
I used to live in a very, very, I mean, not, it wasn't a lower class, but I lived in a very, undeniably middle class area.
Yeah.
And I saw pools with hot tubs and stuff all the time because it's California and it's very common to have a pool in California, you know?
Okay.
But,
That makes sense.
and also like I had a lot of friends, like, cause again, I lived in a middle class area. I had a lot of friends in apartment complexes and all apartment complexes have a pool and a hot tub.
That
And
makes sense.
so the pictures I'm showing these are obviously very nice pools.
Yes.
They don't all look
They
like
are really
this.
nice.
Yes. But so I just want to make it clear that I live in a nicer area now, but I didn't always. So this is not an affluent thing.
Okay.
But it might be more common.
I think it is regional because our winters are so bad.
Yes,
And like
we don't have snow.
the ground freezes solid. I wonder if maybe that's part of it because there are people with pools, but it's only open for like 3-ish, 4-ish months out of the year. That makes sense. So,
Yeah.
but I know tons of people with out of ground hot tubs because I know I've been to people's houses where like we run into the snow and then we run into the hot tub and then we run into the snow and then we run into the hot tub, like in our bathing suits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, over here, people totally have above ground hot tubs over here, but it's just considered like a kind of like having an above ground pool.
Yes, where it's like
considered like tacky hillbilly
yes,
kind of thing.
yes,
And it looks nicer to have one that's built.
It does look really nice and ground.
But I would prefer, like in my ideal world, I'd rather just like I would be happy with just having an in-ground hot tub and no pool.
That'd be cool.
I've never seen one of those. It's always both.
I'm
But
sure
but yeah, now I'm catching up to see what other people are saying. But yeah, like hold on. Jehovah's Witness.
For knocking on your door.
Oh, I live in California, guys. That doesn't happen here.
There's got to be witnesses there.
Oh no, I had a friend in high school who's a Jehovah's Witness, but it's one of those things where like it's uncommon.
Okay.
Kind of like Mormons coming to knock at your door.
There's so many witnesses and Mormons and like stuff around here.
That you got, like, I live in an area that's not religious, you know, so we don't get door-to-door sales. We get door-to-door startups. You know, we get startup companies offering to sell us solar panels. You know,
that totally makes sense.
We get AT&T asking if they can do lines here, not these kind of lines, but
what do they mean?
Run cable lines. And we get people asking to buy the houses. And again, I hope that I don't mean this in a snobby way. I mean this in a, like, there are certain areas of the country that are more religious, and this area is very startup and tech. So it's that kind of shit, you know?
That's pretty cool.
In-ground hot tubs are very uncommon. See, this makes sense what Iona said, because about the ground freezing, we don't have snow here. So if your ground is going to freeze, then your hot
That's where I'm located.
Then your hot tub's going to freeze. So that makes, I've only seen underground. I think you mean like in-ground hot tubs when I've gone to a hotel. Yes. You've seen them at hotels, right, Iona?
No, I'm telling you, they're out. They're out, but also I've only traveled like up into the west. Well, now all the way west whenever I visited you, but yeah, I've only done
hot tubs with the pool isn't really common in Florida. I wonder if that's because you guys have humidity.
Maybe where they're like, you want a hot tub? Just get in that swamp. Okay, Kashu,
this is door. Have you heard about Our Lady and Savior La Salvatierra? Let's see. I also thought the hot tub is the kid pool for a long time. You know what? Fair. Interesting. Inside a structure. That makes sense.
Let me see. The rich kids that had the like a hot tub that was like really, really nice. They would have it like almost indoor outdoor, where it was like this like, I don't know another way to describe it. Well, maybe it's kind of like that, where it's like in a, it's not exactly this, but it's almost like in a screened in like porch or back area, but like it's like indoor outdoor, but it's just under a roof.
Interesting. And Ano showed a hot tub with no pool. It looks so great. See, I would be down for that.
Okay, that is really nice.
But also, one of the reasons why I think it'd be cool to have a hot tub and a pool is because Cliff's injury, it works great for water physical therapy.
It does.
But my problem is, like, every time Butters leaves and goes in the yard, I gotta sit by the door because we have, like, it's the OCD. Like, I'm just so worried about her.
Get that.
And so having a pool, I would just be so scared that she would drown, even though we would probably get that area fenced off. You know, it's another thing for me to worry about. But we love our house, but we have talked that if we ever get like super rich, we will move somewhere with a pool and a hot tub. We actually have the perfect yard to have a pool installed, but we already spent a lot on this house, so we were like, no, we're good.
It's like, all right, well, that's enough of that.
Oh, look at the little hot tub for Butter. She would hate it. She does not like water.
Interesting.
So cute.
I totally see her not liking.
She doesn't like the bath.
That's true. That's true.
Let's see. How do you determine the characters' ages? I have a hard time telling people's ages as it is. I typically go with a toddler, teen, middle-aged, elder, but should I? Yeah, you should probably be specific. Because ages are going to dictate the age category of your audience. You determine the characters' ages by you created the characters, so you should know their age. You know, you determine the character's age because you create it. You say, I'm going to make this character 20. You know, like that's how you determine the character's age, by making their age. And usually you make their age based off of the kind of story they're experiencing. You know, if it's a coming of age, they're not going to be 40, hopefully. And if it's like a romance, they're not going to be 12, you know? So it depends on the kind of story, and it depends on your target audience. But it's a very important thing to figure out because it will determine who's going to read the book.
Okay, there. I did the review.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering what.
Sorry, that's why I was tippy typing so much.
You. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. You never get, whenever you send out a book, send out arcs, you never get all of them. That's why I always send out more than I want.
Yes.
Like, send out 130 and only get 19. It's like, come on, guys. Like, be so for real.
Yes, like stop getting free books.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, everyone's talking about the Oscars. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. That's very kind. But this was genuinely interesting because now, like, it's funny because, like I said, around here, having an above ground hot tub is considered like tacky and country. But anytime I've seen anyone do like a hot tub in like a snowy area, it's above ground and it's not considered that way.
I think it is.
It's
the ground freezes. Yeah. Because, like, so for instance, like, so we were supposed to have the horses' hooves done tomorrow. This is related, I promise. And we had to cancel because of like, there's like a tornado warning actively happening and like all this crazy weather and shit. But then the last time the farrier tried to come over and do their hooves were frozen. So that he like couldn't do it. And I'm like, this is crazy. But that's whenever it was like negative several degrees. So it's like, okay, well, what are we supposed to do? But I sent pictures of the hooves to him and he's like, they're not bad because it's been so cold, but and so they don't grow. But anyway, all of that just to say, if their hooves grow like freeze, they're okay. That's fine. They can handle it. But like if their hooves freeze,
imagine the water.
But then I'm like, why are there in-ground pools then? Why can that sustain it? But
that's probably because in-ground pools, well, also in-ground pools, you're not using them in the winter, but people use hot tubs in the winter.
Oh,
so if
that's exactly why.
If the in-ground pool is frozen, it doesn't matter. But if the in-ground hot tub is frozen, it makes so much sense. Because like I said, I've seen movies where there have been above ground hot tubs and it wasn't trashy. But over here, it's considered trashy. But now it makes sense because it's like over here. it makes all that to say it makes so much sense. And so thank you for educating me. I really enjoy that. It's so cool how like things are so different, you know?
It is so different, but also like it can also add to like for like in fantasy realms, like world building and stuff too, though. Well, not saying you're gonna add like hot tubs into, or that I'm gonna add hot tubs into potential fantasy worlds. I'm just saying that like it's kind of fun to think about things like kind of like, oh, why does the architecture look like that? Like I still remember visiting Iceland and I was like, God, these houses are fucking ugly, because they're just these little tiny like squat gray little like dome lump things. I'm like, God bless you. I was like, these are hideous. And then they're made out of like fucking cement. And I was like, Jesus, like get some class. And then I went, and then like it turns out there was like literally a hurricane while I was visiting. And so I watched like the snow go like over a house. And I was like, oh.
Right. You're like, oh
like, okay, that makes sense now. I'm like, there are no tall buildings. Like we were in the Capitol and there are no tall buildings. I'm like, man, I mean, there are some, but they're built really weird looking. It's weird to me if I'm being ethnocentric, but I was just like, huh. And then I was being all snubby. And then I was like, oh, it's so no one like dies.
So no one dies. Okay.
Like whisked away in the wind.
Right. Are you for or against starting chapters or novels with the weather generally? It's considered not really the best idea, but it's one of those things where people don't, okay, this is something, you shouldn't start a book or a chapter with the weather like this. Like it was really warm, the sun was shining hard, and it was, you know, a long description of the weather.
It was a dark and stormy night is like the cliche version of that.
You shouldn't start with like just a long description of the weather by itself. But the thing is that anytime you start a book or a chapter, your first job is to set the scene and ground the reader in the location, and that means describing the setting. So it's normal to mention the weather and describe it to some degree, but it shouldn't be the focal point of starting the chapter or the novel, you know, unless the weather is the focal point. Like, for example, if the whole point is that a hurricane's coming, or if the whole point is that the character is sweltering in the sun, you know, for example, at the start of the Savior's Champion, the whole point is how fucking exhausted and hot and tired he is at the end of the day. So there is an emphasis on how sweltering it is, you know.
But it's like a line or two, not the whole like you're saying.
Yeah, it depends on the relevance of the weather, but if you're just describing the weather to set the scene, it should be a few words. So there's almost always going to be a mention of the weather when you start a scene or a chapter, or if not the weather, then like it's about grounding the reader in the setting. But there's a difference between grounding the reader in the setting and then just info dumping about the weather. So I hope that makes sense, because a lot of people will hear don't start with the weather and be like, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. How do you come up with magic spells, etc.? Is there anything specific that inspired them? I would check out my videos all about magic systems and all that good stuff. It's got all, and then also I've got chapters on it.
How to write romantasy.
How to write romantasy. So definitely check that out as well. It's got all my tips and tricks.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to be like, how to write romantasy. But also there's free videos, but
yeah,
that one's the best one. How?
Let's see.
How? It's just coming.
What writing projects are you working on these days, and what stage are you in? I am on the I never finished the first draft, but I'm counting this as the second draft of my rom-com. What about you, Iona?
I am editing my cozy paranormal mystery. And if I want to be really, really cool and chill and mentally healthy, I could send you the first 3 chapters. If you're up for it.
I am always up for it.
You don't have to read it right now. You don't have to do anything. But
hello, J.R. Carroll. If you guys missed it, I was interviewed on his channel just yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Was it not the day before?
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. My sense of time is all fucked up. But it's because I'm on a break. So go check it out.
J.R. Carroll was a really good interviewer. Yes. I liked watching that so much.
It was so much
Sorry.
fun.
He's really good at his interviewing skills, but
Yes.
that was cool to watch you guys.
The ocean is a soup.
Ew.
Do you think the apocalypse setting is overrated? That's like asking, do you think sci-fi is overrated or do you think mystery is overrated? Apocalypse is a genre. Is it my favorite genre? No, it's not. I don't go out of my way to read post-apocalyptic books. But I would I mean, maybe a subgenre. I avoid saying an entire genre is overrated because
Yeah.
just because I'm not into it doesn't mean it doesn't serve its purpose.
Yeah. I used to be, I want to say it's teen, but that's because the Hunger Games was really popular and stuff at that time. I mean, it still is, but at the time it was,
Yeah, but I think even the Hunger Games, post-apocalyptic and dystopian are very similar, but they're not necessarily the same thing.
Oh, it was dystopian. Yeah. But I did like reading that kind of stuff, but I didn't get super into it. Like the post-apocalyptic stuff with who was the Walking Dead. I was too scared. I kept trying to watch it and I kept getting grossed out and I couldn't keep going.
Sorry, I'm
You're
sending
fine.
you tea. I watched The Walking Dead and it was one of those things where I was just kind of like, listen, like The Walking Dead is one of those shows where I understand the appeal, like it's well acted, but if I wanted to just be depressed all day, I would just get off Lexapro. Like it didn't appeal to me as a show because it's like, watch this for trauma, watch this to be depressed.
Yeah, that is the other thing. It made me really, really, really depressed. So I was like, well, that's sad, and it was like,
yeah, it's like, oh, just watch this to be depressed and traumatized. And I feel like there are shows for people who, this is mean, there are shows for people who don't have anything going on in their lives, like their lives are pretty mundane, and they watch shows like The Walking Dead to get the excitement in life. And then there are shows for people who are traumatized and they have like a lot of in their life, and they watch shit like The Great British Bake Off or something. You know what I mean? There are shows for different levels. Like, for example,
there are shows for different hoes.
Yes. So like I watch RuPaul's Drag Race because I've had enough trauma in life and I just want to see feathers. You know what I mean? Like
you do watch horror.
Yes, but that's
fine with it. And I have to rev up. Meanwhile, I read horror like nobody's business though.
But the thing is I think that for me, it's different with a TV show because you get invested in the characters over a long period of time, but horror is just a little blip. It's a horror movie is just
yes. No, you're right. You're totally
I won't
right.
watch, it's just like an hour and a half. And for me, a horror movie, it's the genre you go into it knowing that it's going to be horrible by the end. Whereas something like a dystopian or a fantasy, like a Game of Thrones or, fantasy or sci-fi, those are the genres I avoid. Like thriller and horror, I'm okay with because don't get attached.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, post-apocalyptic, those are ones where you have no idea, and I don't need that stress in my life. I don't want to get attached to someone and then they get killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's really fair.
So I avoid the genres where it's unsure.
I'm just joking with you. But I think that's pretty rich coming from someone who's broken my heart again and again in your own series. But whatever.
It is ironic. It's like whatever. I write it, but I don't want to consume it. That's part of it. It's like I did the thing I know you can't trust people like me, so I watch. And that's also another thing is I can't watch fantasy, sci-fi, and dystopian and post-apocalypse. I can't watch stuff like that because I'm too judgmental because I know the writing conventions. But horror and thriller, I don't know how to write, so I can watch it as like an actual spectator and not as a writer. I can't because I don't know the horror writing steps and structure, and I don't know the thriller writing steps and structure, so I can watch them and
be and like, not, ooh, yeah,
and not have the editor brain, But yeah, it's just so funny because apparently, if horror relaxes you, that means you're traumatized. It just means that your body is used to being in a state of chaos. So when you're too comfortable, you get uncomfortable. You get like,
You're like, this
so
makes
you're like,
sense.
I need some chaos to make me feel
It
relaxed.
pleases me.
Yeah. So you put on some chaos on TV and you're like, okay, I feel better. So hey guys, I'm traumatized. Oh yes. I remember. I just saw what you said.
I don't remember what I said. Oh yeah.
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 Let's see. What do you mean too scared? Walking Dead is awesome.
Get too afraid. Also sad.
It's not scary to me, but again, I'm dead inside. But it was just one of those things where it's like,
Mine was scary in like the, oh my God, humans can be horrible way. And I'm like, I already know that. But like all these things where they had to choose to kill a child because she was doing other weird things, or they had to choose to do, I was just like, I cannot do this. Like,
yeah, I just
cannot do this.
For me, it's like I don't want to watch something to feel depressed constantly. I want to watch something to, and I know that's hypocritical because I love horror movies, but I don't feel depressed when watching horror movies because I already, also because in horror movies it's sort of like a lot of times the people are pieces of shit, so it's like if they die you're like hurrah, you know,
get him.
Yeah.
Get him. That's like what happened whenever I started reading the You series by Caroline Kepnes, and each time I was like, what's become of me? Because I was just like, they're annoying. You could just kill them and it'll be fine, because you get like enough in the headspace. So I'm like, what am I doing?
Right. But that's fun, you know? It's like,
it is a lot of fun.
Yeah. I read the Divergent series only fairly recently. It is in a post-apocalyptic setting. Most dystopians are in a post-apocalyptic setting, but the difference between dystopian and post-apocalyptic is that in dystopian, there's been an apocalypse, and now there's a new society, and it's a dystopian society.
Oh, like The Giver.
Yes, whereas in so it's implied that it's post-apocalyptic, but they've already rebuilt a new society. Whereas in post-apocalyptic genre, there is no new society yet. It's just every man for himself.
Yeah. Oh, also, I really like this YouTuber. I know I keep bringing him up. It's the, is it Friendly Space Ninja? I always call him Friendly Neighborhood Space Ninja, which is not what I'm supposed to, like, hold on. Friendly Space Ninja, and it was The Walking Dead, and he did a really good, like, hold on.
Horror also
Yeah. There it is.
Horror also does better at a condensed story rather than a longer series. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure any show will get you attached to a character and get your heart broken. I disagree. But I mean, like, I think a lot of shows will try, but there are some, you know, there's a difference between whether or not they're successful.
Yeah.
It's not scary to me, but I'm dead inside. I'm sure that what I mean is, like, I used to never be able to watch horror movies because I was so scared. Like, I would have horrible nightmares. Like after I saw the Ring, I saw the Ring when I was 17. Okay, I was
too young. Too young to be scarred by such a movie.
But I saw it when I was 17, and I had to sleep in my parents' room that night. That's how scared I was. So, like, that's very embarrassing to admit. But now I've endured a significant amount of like life and death trauma, and now horror movies don't scare me. And so I'll tell people, watch this, it's not scary, and then I have to stop and think, is it not scary because I'm traumatized, or is it genuinely not scary?
I know why mine scares me so much. That's what gets me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I've been able to like watch horror movies if I really rev up for it, and I like it, and I love horror books. I've always been able to read horror books for some reason, even though they also really scare me. Like last year I read Incidents Around the House, and I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks.
Oh god.
I was like, please Please help me.
Yeah, for me, I think it's because, like, not to like trauma dump or bring the energy down, but I've almost seen my husband, like, I've seen my husband almost die a couple of times. So
Mhm.
for me, when I watch horror movies, it's like, I've already, whatever. Oh, a
Like,
demon,
that's
a
not even
demon.
close to my worst fear.
Yeah, it's like a demon is here. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I watched my husband almost die a couple of times. I have CPTSD.
Mhm,
I've had to be heavily medicated and all this stuff. I've
mhm.
already seen shit, so it's like when I watch these horror movies and it's like, oh no, the wife is sick. I'm like, oh, my husband's sick all the time. Whatever.
Mhm,
It's just like, for me, it's like, this is I've already experienced my worst fear, so
mhm,
it's fine. And you
mhm.
know what? Now that I think about it, there were things that I used to be really afraid of, and now I'm not afraid of them anymore. And
'Cause
it's
you've
like,
already had to face it.
because
Yeah.
I used to be extremely, like, my biggest fear was humiliation because I was traumatized so much growing up. I was constantly humiliated.
Mhm.
And now I think about those things and I still get like, I'm not as easily embarrassed, as made obvious by the fact that I now much more freely unmask publicly. I mean, I'm doing this in my PJs. Um,
I
I'm
love
not as
that.
easily embarrassed, and I am less like, it's just crazy how much I've started to not give a shit about things that I used to give a shit about. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of it is because it's like, well, my husband almost died, so like, who gives a
Yep,
shit if I have a booger or something, you know?
yep.
But yeah, anyway, now let me catch up. Least scary movie and a scary movie you could never watch because either it was too scary or disgusting or both. I don't have a scary movie I could never watch. I mean, like, there are movies out there that I have avoided because I've heard that they're really gross. But I can't
The
say
one we watched just recently, like, not together, but, like, separately with the Bring Her Back one was pretty
that was
gross.
pretty gross. But
Yeah.
I could get through it, but there were points that I had to go like this to the screen.
Yeah.
Bring Her Back was pretty gross.
Mhm,
Like I said, I'm dead inside, and I was messy because Iona had told me it's really gross,
mhm.
and
But you were like, "Oh, but you're a wuss sometimes," so you
no,
didn't say that.
yeah,
But you were like, "Okay, you know,
but
I've
I
seen things."
well
So
well I know that we have different tolerances.
that's a really nice way of saying
No,
it.
but I genuinely, I don't think you're a wuss. I'm not joking when I say I know I'm dead. I know that it's something broken in me.
No, no,
That's
no, I'm joking that you said I was a wuss. You never
okay.
said or felt that way. I was just joking, like,
Okay.
"Well, you're a wuss, I can watch it," and then you're like, "This I feel like a layer of slime is on me."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched that and I was messaging Iona. I was like, "You were not kidding." Like, I had to cover the screen a couple of
Mhm.
times because it was so gross.
The mouths really
Yes.
made me
When
upset.
he was chewing on the
That's
knife and
yes,
it's splitting open his
I know, and everyone's dirty all the time.
yes,
All the time
and
dirty, just shower.
I just felt so bad for the teenage boy. He was like the good character in the whole, like, I just
What?
wanted him to be okay, but he was not
No,
okay. But anyway,
not okay.
all that said is I still enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a good movie, but it was genuinely really gross. So, and I'm dead inside, and if I think it's really gross, to the average person it's going to be like revolting.
It's kinda like people who really like spicy food and are used to spicy food. We are like, "Okay, well, I can tell that you might think this is spicy, but it's not spicy to me."
And then if
And
the spicy food lover's like, this is spicy, then
this
you
is fine. Then
know,
you're like, "Well, everyone else is gonna die if their tongue even touches
yes.
this."
So it's like that. You really prepare yourself for that one because
Mhm.
that one was, there were moments where I was covering the screen because I watched it on my laptop, so I was just like um but yeah, it was gross. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done, and I was
Mhm.
very like, oh, like I got emotionally invested, which is hard for me to do. Um oh baby, are you okay? I'm sorry. Cliff's been having shocks. We don't know why.
Oh.
Oh, Butters just come over to give him kisses. She's like, "It's okay, Dad. I'll take it." Oh, she's such a good girl.
No.
Um, a movie that was okay. A movie that disappointed me Everyone said Midsummer was super gross, that it was unhinged, that it was so scary. Everyone, when that movie came out, they're like, oh my gosh, it was so gross. It was so graphic. It was so scary. Like, I was clutching. Everyone made out like it was like a revolution in movies, and it was just like, did stuff that's never been done before. And I watched it genuinely not gross at all. There are like 2 scenes that could be considered gross, and they're so brief that it's whatever. And
they also like alluded to it, like they didn't show things outright. They would like allude to it, which maybe that's why people thought it was so gross, because
no,
their
people
brain filled it in.
said the I think what the eagle
one.
Yeah, they showed that outright, and
I
everyone
love
said
how
that
my
that
brain was like, you just saw a little bit and it was fine.
Well, they only showed it for like 15 seconds, but it's like it wasn't that gross. It's like, oh look, lungs, like whatever. It did not hit the way people were saying it was hit. It hit, and honestly, I thought it was pretty boring. So I will say that one was disappointing for me. So
yeah, I also there's this one I think I'd really like. It has Jenna Ortega in it, and it's about like a school shooter, but I just can't do it.
Oh,
I can't do it.
I've wanted to see that, but
it's really good, apparently. Like, I've heard really good things about it. I just can't possibly.
Oh, I could totally understand, because you've got a kid, you know?
Oh, yeah, that too, but mine was about, like, the guns, because I have trauma with guns. So I'm like, yeah, and like having to hide, like, so I'm just like, I can't do it, but also having a kid too, because like, that's just like, yes, where I'm like, one of my fears.
And you know, over here, I mean, I have family who collects guns, but over here we have more gun regulations than other places, so it's not as much of a part of my life.
I wondered if California did because
California. Yeah, California has the strictest gun laws in the country.
New Jersey is second, which is very surprising to me. Or Illinois is number 2.
I mean, obviously not every part of California, but the area I live in is pretty much the most leftist area in the country. So that's why when people ask me, where would you move if you could move anywhere? It's like, I don't want to move anywhere. Like, I'm in my bubble and I don't want to go. This is why when people are from California and they visit other countries, they're like, oh, you're from the United States? We go, no, I'm from California. Because it's like, we don't want to be.
Also, other countries do understand it too.
It's like, we don't want to be associated with, it's like, you know, like the brother cousin. And again, I'm not saying that everyone in the rest of the United States is like that, or like every place in the rest of the United States is bad, but it's just, especially right now, it's just embarrassing.
Also, I like whenever like, well, it's very embarrassing, but I also like how like whenever people have state pride, because like I really like my state, but also I'm like, what the hell? And you're like that with your state too, where you're like, this is amazing, and then other times you're like, what the hell? And because they all have, but California is pretty great. Yeah, and if I could just get used to like the palm trees. What were you gonna say? The other one?
Dry heat.
Oh yeah, also the dry heat. What was that about? I was
like not drinking.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I got most of my fluid from the air because I'm dying right now.
What did you get? You getting yourself a sandwich? Okay. What was I going to say? Also, if it makes you feel better, the palm trees, I mean, like, there's a lot of palm trees, but they're not necessarily like for example, you go to my house, we don't have palm trees, you know?
No.
So it's certainly like just.
It was all around Stanford because they I think they planted them there. So they were like palm tree, and they
kept, Stanford is full.
They kept going,
trees, you know?
And I was like, stop doing that. But I shouldn't be like this because I'm Caribbean. So like I should be more chill. I should be drawn to it, but I don't like them yet.
Well, it kind of makes sense because like when I go to like Modesto for us is like the hillbilly area of California, and they have like these gnarled like trees where it just makes me think of like a horror movie. You'll see like a rundown tractor somewhere. And I'm like, where are we? The hills are high. Like, so it's like You go to places you're not familiar with, and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
What is this alien planet? No, it's funny too because like my husband proposed to me in an apple orchard. You know how fucking creepy apple orchards look, like the apple trees look? They are like all really short and they're like
Yeah,
you know,
we
like,
have an apple tree, and right now it's got no leaves, and it's just like, you know,
it's like, why do you have so many knuckles?
right.
Like
Like Cliff was looking at that tree. It's for him because he likes apples, and he was just like,
Mhm.
damn, our tree looks rough.
It's
Uh,
supposed to look like that.
right.
Yeah.
I wonder what a horror movie night with Jenna would look like. Listen, I watch horror movies by myself when like Cliff is sleeping or something. I watch them if I've been stressed out and I need to relax. I watch a horror movie and I just zone out like this. So that's what a horror movie looks like at my house. Go face
Oh,
to
I know what it reminds me of. Okay, so one time, I can feel it in my mouth. One time, I didn't realize like which type of pho I was eating because we weirdly have like a lot of like pho places around here. Also, we also have a lot of sushi places that are really good around here. So I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of exciting.
those are very trendy foods right now. So that probably
Okay,
makes
and the family is like from like either Japan or where's pho from? The Philippines?
no, I believe pho is
Vietnamese?
Vietnamese.
Okay, we definitely have a significant Vietnamese population here, but for randomly, which is wonderful. I don't mean to say I don't mean randomly like those
Mhm.
people. I like that.
We,
You wouldn't expect to where
right.
I lived like but one time I was eating pho and I was not eating like the one that I like had ordered and I was like what is this? And it was like touching my mouth and it did not feel good inside and I was eating intestines and that's what the particular type of palm tree looks like.
Uh-huh.
It's the hold on. It's this. I'm sure. Well, maybe have you eaten this before?
I think I know what you're talking about. Is that a
It's
spirally looking
white.
thing?
No, well, they can spiral. Yeah. I thought it was like noodles, and I was like, I don't really like the noodles in
Oh yeah.
this.
Yeah, I know what you're
Mhm.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's what that I was like, this reminds me of some sort of thing, but I've eaten that I didn't like, but I can't remember what it is. A very specific
Right.
reason to not like palm trees, but whatever.
Ghost face to Jenna. What's your favorite scary movie, Jenna? Life. Yeah, I mean, like the one good thing about enduring trauma is that afterward you're just like you're either like I
Like,
feel like
damn, I got through it. Yeah.
trauma either makes you scared of everything or it kills you're dead inside. So you're either like or you're just like eh.
The hypervigilance or the numbness,
Yeah.
yes.
But the problem with being like me, where you're numb, is that you're numb to chaos. But then when things are calm, you're hyper vigilant. You're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna
Yeah.
happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I had to basically like when I went through my burnout. That's what I had to unlearn. It's why I'm on
Mhm.
propanolol, is because the problem I was having is that nothing would be happening, and I'd be having my heart racing, and I'd be like sweating and like physically panicking, but
Mhm.
mentally normal. And so I
Mhm.
had to go on propanolol, which is basically something that just relaxes your body. And I take it every day
Is
because
that a beta blocker? No.
it's a muscle thing. Propanolol.
Mhm.
It's for people who have like,
It is a non-selective beta blocker.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what a
But
beta blocker.
off-label is for anxiety. It just yeah, it makes you it doesn't let your beta receptors pick up on the things that your body's still sending it out. But it's
But
like
you're,
we don't talk to those guys. That's basically how it's working.
yeah, both Cliff and I are on it, but for different reasons.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a lifesaver for me because I'm on Lexapro and Buspar for depressive and anxious thoughts caused by
Mhm. Mhm.
PTSD.
Mhm.
And I'm
Mhm.
talking to my doctor. I'm like, mentally, I feel great. I know everything's fine, but my body feels
It
like
doesn't know it
fight or
yet.
flight. My
Yeah.
body feels, and I'm like, nothing's happening. I'm just like doing the dishes and taking out the trash. But when chaotic things happen, my body feels totally calm. But when normal things happen, my body's in fight or flight, and which is a normal thing after you've experienced a lot of trauma, especially if you have CPTSD, which is what I have. You're used to a life in a state of chaos. And so when life is calm, that's when you start feeling chaotic. So I went on propanolol, and it has calmed my body down, and now I can enjoy
I'm used to being bathed in adrenaline and cortisol. What is going on?
Right.
I'm starving for fear.
Right.
Well, did I tell you about, like, this is like a fun healing thing, but I noticed that I was going to work and feeling like having a headache, or then feeling really sick and like all this stuff, and that it turned so what used to happen when I wasn't as healthy is that I was like very disconnected from my body. So I would like something would happen and I'd be like, okay, and then a couple days would go by and I'd be able to name like, oh, this is unfair, or this might make me feel XYZ, and then I'd feel it like emotionally, and then a week or two would go by and then my body would have the reaction to it. Now it's very confusing because my body is reacting first.
Oh God.
And I'm like, what is happening? Like I was like in this meeting, a particular type of meeting that was like very high stakes, and I felt like I was going to throw up, and I was like, am I coming down with something? Like, what's going on? And then it took me a couple hours, and granted this is still faster than ever before, but it took me a couple hours to be like, that was fucked up actually, and like now I have to make a report about it. Like that was fucked up. And then it's like, this is so backwards, because it used to be like I knew what happened, then I'd feel emotions, and then my body would have a reaction. But then my therapist was pointing out that that's actually not true. My body was having that reaction the entire time. I just wasn't like aware of it until 2 weeks later. So it's actually more efficient than before. But that's how you can tell when you're like
healing.
It's just one of those weird, like, oh, this is a sign of healing. Same thing with when you start feeling sorry, the whole reason I brought this up is when you start feeling panicky when you're calm, that's weirdly a sign of healing. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, things are actually like settled.
Right.
What do you mean I'm having a break right now? You know, like this is chill, and that like it's like this is a good sign. Like you're panicking. This is wonderful. And it's like, don't throat punch me. But this is really great.
Yeah. You know what? Bodies and brains are stupid. That's all I gotta say.
They're really weird.
What are some things that make a humorous moment in a book feel awkward and bad to read? When the joke is beaten to death. I remember I was critiquing for someone, and they would carry a joke out for like, the people would go back and forth on the same joke, for each character had 4 lines of it, and it's like, that's too much. A joke, if you're beating the joke into the ground, you get the laugh. When the laugh hits, end it. If you beat it into the ground, it starts to become embarrassing, and they're like, oh, we get it, that person in class who they said the funny thing, and then they keep trying to make fetch happen, and now they're embarrassing. That's what it is. Yeah. Another thing is when they have to explain the joke. If you have to explain, and the same person had a joke, and then they had to explain in the narrative why it's funny. And I said, if you have to explain in the narrative why it's funny, it's not funny. And they were like, but if I don't explain it, people won't get it. And I'm like, then get rid of the joke. Yeah. What? I'm like, I'm telling you the joke wasn't funny. And that the fact that they're like, I'm explaining it so they get the joke. And I'm like, I get that. But if they didn't get the joke, then it's not funny. And explaining it doesn't make it funny. So delete it. And they just couldn't comprehend.
Oh, man.
Anyway, okay. Now let me catch up. Yeah. Let's see. Do you remember what first ideas were for your series, and where did they go from there, from the first idea to the outline? My first idea for the Savior's Champion was, I used to make mental music videos, which is where I'd listen to a song on repeat and I'd create a little music video in my mind to that song. And I had a mental music video for the Savior's Champion. I won't go into details, but it involved a bunch of guys competing in an underground like labyrinth and going through all these obstacles in order to win the affection of this redheaded woman. And then at the end of the music video, one one guy wins, and
Mhm.
you see the redheaded woman, and you see that she's like evil. And I remember
Well,
I was like, what? I'd
I
play
see
this.
the prototyping.
Right. I see this. I would play this mental music video in my mind. And I remember one day thinking, like, it's too bad that I don't know, like, cinematography and, like, video editing, because I would love to, like, turn this into a video. And then I just
Mhm.
remember I was leaving Cliff's apartment at the time. Like, I was
Mhm.
leaving his apartment area. And I'm driving. And I just remember stopping at a red light and being like, you idiot. You could just write it. And so then I.
It's
So
like
then
you
I,
have the skill.
yeah, and so then I started writing that. My idea for the rom-com I'm working on right now came from a dream. It came from a
It's a good
dream.
dream too.
Yes. So yes. What about you, Iona?
I forget the question. Hold on. Oh, mine is like, okay, so mine comes from a somewhat dreamlike state, and like, listening to music stuff, but I was like watching a lot of like I was commuting. So I was looking at Appalachia for hours upon hours every single day while listening to music. And so I did the like little kid thing where I imagined like creatures running alongside the car.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of people did that with like a man or like a horse or like whatever they were doing. So, and then one of the times I actually like the first little image I got of ashes was actually the canid carry being all scary in the woods, because I was also driving home at like dusk a lot of the time or at night, and I was like wouldn't that be interesting if it's like something that's whenever I was like, what if something only one person could see and no one else could? But then I turned it into like, well, other stuff, like if you read ashes, but where it's like they can kind of be there or not there or visually. But I
Mhm.
thought it was like, oh, that's so creepy. And then I randomly just wanted to turn it. I didn't think it would become anything. I just turned it into like a scene. I wrote it out, and it was like a discovery, right? Like writing type, not exercise. It wasn't on purpose, but it was just so happened to do this where I was just like, oh, that'd be cool if I incorporated this into it. And I wrote this woman who's like clutching ashes, like to, or like an urn in her backpack to her chest. And I was like, oh, this makes me feel alive inside. And so
I
then
love
I
that.
turned it into a whole thing. But first it was just vibes.
Nice. I love it. I love vibes. Which franchise is your favorite that you can't get enough of? I don't have one right now. I would say RuPaul's Drag Race, but as everyone knows, it's just kind of gone downhill.
Mm,
So now I still watch it, but I watch it less enthusiastically. It's one of those shows that I watch while I do chores and stuff. It just
yeah.
doesn't hit like it used to.
Yeah.
And then I would say Heated Rivalry is the only show in years that I've been able to rewatch. But
Mhm.
first of all, I've gotten to that rewatch stage where I've rewatched it enough, and now I don't give a shit. I mean, I still highly recommend it to everyone, but
Mhm.
it's not rewatchable anymore for me.
Mhm.
And also, I'm now at that point where the more we learn about the main guys, the more I'm like liking them less. I honestly once Hudson
Oh,
signed on with Balenciaga, I was like, well, it's
Balenciaga.
all over for me. It's
This
all
is gonna
over.
make me sound like a prude, but as soon as he like, I didn't care when Chappell Roan did it, but as soon as he flipped off the camera, I was like, okay. Like I just felt like he was like doing the kid in middle school edgelord thing, or like the guy on like that you went to high school with that's still in the hometown on Facebook posting it, and it's like, this is my husband of like that we got married like at age 18 right out of high school, and then it's just him being like this with a fish.
I
This is
I
very specific. So
I
that's what it reminded me of.
I didn't care because
Mhm.
at the time he was doing a lot of interviews where he was saying that he's so new to being in the public eye that he doesn't
Yeah.
know what to do, and he gets
Yes.
very like, so I took that as like, oh, poor guy, he doesn't know what to do.
Y
But I felt like everyone was like, he's so cool, he's not media trained, and I'm just, all I could think when everyone was saying that is like, if he was a woman, you guys would be like, ew, so tacky. But okay,
Yes.
I took that
That's
as like,
it. I felt like it was tacky.
yeah. If he was to me, it felt like, when I cuss in my videos, I get so much shit, but he's cussing and everyone's like,
He's
oh, he's so
hilarious.
cool,
Yeah.
but he did all these interviews where he was like being really vulnerable and saying like, I'm not used to this attention and I kind of freeze up and everyone thinks that I'm putting on this act. He goes, but I really just like, I don't know what to do. And so when he did that, I didn't feel the way you felt because I had like sympathy, like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, you know. He's just
I have a human heart with love and sympathy in it.
Yeah, but as things have progressed and like all the pictures of him like wearing designer clothes, smoking, and I want to be clear, I don't dislike these guys, you know.
Yes.
I'm just not on the same bus as everyone else who's like worshiping them. I think it's great. I think they did a really great job in Heated Rivalry, and I think it's great. And I think it's great that they're getting their flowers.
Yes.
I'm just not worshiping at the altar. Like they're regular.
You never do, which is healthy.
Yeah, they're
That's
regular
healthy.
human people. To me, the flaws are showing. And once the Balenciaga deal happened, I was like, well, it didn't take that long to sell your soul, you know? And but at the same time, I'm opening myself to the thought that they're 25, they're young, they may be in over their head and not know what they're getting themselves into. It
could be saying like, you need to take this deal too. Also, I didn't realize this, but people do not get paid very much to act, like
right
at all. I was like genuinely surprised with like learning people. Well, it's still like a lot to me, but like to live off of and stuff for like years to come. I'm just like, I don't think that's like a doable thing actually.
Well, they get paid a lot if they're in the big leagues. It's like with writing. The average writer doesn't get paid a lot, but if you're in the big leagues, like they got paid $80,000 to be in Heated Rivalry, which
in their 20s actually that's good for anybody, but like especially like in their 20s kind of thing. But like I think that they could make more, and luckily they made a name for themselves.
Well, that was more than the average actor gets because it was Canadian. So they got Canada money. But all that said is it's very possible that they're getting, used, and one day a movie will come out where it's like Hudson's like, I'm one of the people who was molested, and that's why I was working with Balenciaga, a bunch of molesters, but my thought process as an outsider is I'm just not as enamored as everyone else. At first,
they're also
I was
little, like they're young, and I keep seeing them as little. You know,
I do prefer Connor's story. But that's because he's been coming off a lot more like
genuine and also like, yes. Yeah.
But it could also be, I'm very, cognizant of the fact that I'm an Aquarius. Aquarians tend to be like loud and opinionated and curt. And so sometimes people think I'm being arrogant when that's just my personality. You know what I mean? Like we don't know these people is all I'm saying. And I'm not judging, and I'm still a huge fan of Heated Rivalry, and I still can't wait to watch the next season. I'm just saying that I'm not in it like everyone else in terms of like just like chomping at the bit. And like I have friends who know I like Heated Rivalry, and they send me so many videos of Connor and Hudson in the real world. I'm like, I don't care, it's fine. But yeah, for me, once the Balenciaga deal happened, I was like, well, let's see. What gets you in the writing mood? Well, it's hard to say these days because it's my job now. So nothing. I used to be like you. It used to be music. What about you?
For me, I will write or edit or whatever anyway, no matter what. But I don't know what's been going on. I'll just randomly have all this energy and this eagerness to like do it. And I'm like, what is happening? That happened last weekend or this past weekend, like just yesterday. And it also happened the weekend before that. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, I'm just randomly being like, wistful, like I could be writing right now, but I have to type this report at my job. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, what is, like, the spark is back, which feels really nice, but I have no way to, like, I don't know. I need to observe a little better, because I'm sure it's something that's going on. Or maybe I just genuinely feel like supported in my life in different spots, and so I'm like, have extra energy to be hopeful and happy.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I've been in so many years of exhaustion
Yes.
that I almost never feel in the mood to write just because
Mhm.
I'm so tired.
Mhm.
But hopefully now that I'm entering this new stage of life where things are hopefully going to get better. I recently did a post on Instagram that like no one saw where I was explaining that kind of like how things are improving in my life. And
Yeah.
hopefully it's long lasting and my like my energy for writing will come back. I did not realize they were so close to my own age. OMG. Yeah, Connor I think just turned 26 and Hudson just turned 25. They're very young. I mean, their frontal lobes just developed, and they're getting like a shit ton of popularity. I just want to make it like very clear that I'm there's a lot of fans who are being like toxic and hating on them. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying I'm a 39-year-old woman, and some of the behavior I'm seeing is like, oh, well, typical 25-year-old, like it's just some of that. And so I'm not as enamored as everyone else because to me, I'm like, oh, look, young guy doing what young guys do.
Mhm.
And the Balenciaga deal was disappointing for me. So I'm just like I have like gay friends who will send me, well, look at the like Hudson and Connor are so hot. And it like, well, first of all, I'm not like that's not why I liked Heated Rivalry, So it's like to me, it's like
I liked Heated Rivalry because it gave me hope in my heart.
yeah, it was like it's like I feel like you don't know who you're talking to now. Like I'm like Gray Ace, but
Yeah.
but like it's just like I thought it was really romantic, and
Yeah.
it, but they'll send me that stuff and it's just kind of I don't know, it's kind of icky for me to be like, look how hot these 25-year-olds are. I don't know, it's just weird.
Mhm.
Jenna's best piece of advice for me has always been, I will paraphrase, just do the work. Oh, thank you. That is true. Hi, baby. How are you feeling? You gotta. You look so
I
sad.
can't find the like what's going well one.
It's the thank you post. It's one of my first. It's one of my first ones. It should be the second post, aside from the pinned ones.
I see it. I see it. Wow. This really didn't want to show it to me.
Hi, baby. Poor Cliff isn't doing well.
I'm sorry.
He had a rough night and he had physical therapy. Butters, are you gonna come say hi to everyone? No, she goes right to her dad. No, I'm gonna be with my daddy, actually.
That's
Come
so sweet.
here. Come here. She looks so good. That bath really fluffed her up. You look beautiful, Butters. She's like, I know. Oh, she just goes right to her dad. Yes.
She's so cute.
I got such a cute family. I'm so lucky. Oh, God.
I really don't like the new, like, how Instagram is set up.
The fact that Hudson is only 13 months older than me freaks me out. Why? Why does it freak you out? That's a weird thing to be freaked out about. For me, I was more like, oh my God, they're so young, but it makes sense. But I'm not used to being older than everyone. But I felt more comfortable that Francois is my age. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's my age. And it makes sense because the way he behaves in the public is much more in keeping with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God. Sorry if I'm like keep rubbing my nose. It's because Butter's fur is everywhere. Do you want to say hi? Everyone would love to see you. Here she comes. Here she comes.
Princess Buttercup.
Look
You
at
look beautiful, Butters. We can tell you had a spa day.
Yay. Clip. Sorry. Just a little bit. Jenna, I thought he was your age. How old do you think I am? Because I don't think there was never a point in my life where I thought he was my age. But I just didn't expect him to be so young. How old do you think I am? Hi, beautiful fluffy princess. Yes, she gave me a kiss and then she left. Here's little Wally. Here's Wally. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, guys, I gave Jerry surgery. He got a reverse circumcision because he got his tip cut off, not the skin. He got a tipectomy.
He looks beautiful.
I'm barely in my 30s. I am 39. That's why I asked because I wouldn't have been surprised if Hudson was like 31, but I did not think he was my age. I'm almost 40. And he went to Turkey and he got his hair sewed back on.
I love that.
But
Jerry, you look great.
But he did get his stem removed.
No one can tell that you went through a horrible divorce.
Tip removal and lots of gender affirming care.
Gender affirming care
with his plugs. Yes, he went to Turkey and everything.
Okay, what do you want?
Let's see. Cliff snuck out of frame like he ain't supposed to be spotted with you. Are you embarrassed to be Cliff's cracking
Oh
up?
shit, I ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah. No, he just doesn't want to be on camera. Even though he looks great.
What do you mean? He feels like garbage and he doesn't want to be on camera?
I know. That's shocking. Iona's like, what do you mean? He feels like garbage and doesn't want to be on camera? Why?
Snuck out like I got caught.
Amazing surgical skills. The audiobook for Just Write the Book does weird things to my brain. Hearing your humor without hearing your voice is so crazy. Yeah, it was very weird, like listening to it. I'm like, oh, when people auditioned, I made them audition by saying, but Jenna, and you would not believe some of the
but Jennas were crazy.
I wish you guys were all in Cyborg Central because
Jenna, and then there was one that was like wiggly.
Jenna. That one I'll never forget.
Oh my gosh, there was one that was like, but Jenna, and I was like, ew.
And then the ones that were like, what I did not understand is the ones that read it sexy, but Jenna. It's like what ew. About this book makes you think that we're trying to get people off? Hold on, let me see. Oh my gosh, I got the one where she's like, writing a book is hard. It's
my god, I forgot about that one.
Okay, hold on a second. Shut up and read this first. Oh, and then the
one man where you're like, I would like a woman, like femme voice.
And he reads it out of order. He goes, writing a book is hard. Shut up and read this first. Huh? Oh, I will get your sandwich once again. Okay, I wanna show you guys. Hold on, I'm sending this to Cyborg Central. You just got to hear the beginning, okay, guys? Also, the lady who just put inflections in the weirdest spots. Shut up and read this first. Writing a book is hard. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get Cliff's sandwich. Everyone, go listen to "But Jenna." Okay, 1 second.
Oh my god, the Chanel Couture collection. That's funny. Okay. Wait, why can't it? Oh, I'm okay. Hold on. I muted the site. This first. What are we doing? That's crazy. Yes. GK got it. Frame mogging. That'll be funny. Wait, how do you do the handsome Squidward face? Don't you like suck in your frame mogging. Children's animated show main character. Yes, absolutely it was. Oh no, Christopher, the power is going to go out for them.
Oh, I just saw. I love they're sick. OMG. Okay, you know what? Since you would like to see a gag reel, let me provide. Okay, hold on. This is the one that's just really weird inflections.
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
She sounds like William Shatner. If William Shatner was a soprano.
I said that GK got it.
It's King Watch Mojo. You probably already know that.
This one sounds like a character from Bob's Burgers.
To me, she sounds like she's an alien who doesn't know when she's supposed to inflect, so she's just making it up as she goes along.
She's oddly up pitched. Yeah.
You probably already know that.
Chaos. AI grandma vibe. Yeah, and this was like before. I mean, AI's been around for a long time, but this is before AI. She added a P to every word. She did.
Okay. You guys want to hear the sexual ones?
Are they all failed children's television hosts?
Well, we're about to get one that's not kid-friendly at all. Here you go. Here's some sexy
My
ones,
ears
guys.
feel upset whenever I listen to this one.
Hard.
Ew, deep in the throat. Like, girl, what are we talking about right now?
So, Grover, no fucking way you saved that for last, bro. That's not last. There's still one more. What I love is either you're deep in the throes of writerly chaos. Like she really, it's like they're just reciting it and they're not reading what they're saying. Like she's like, this is a sex scene. It's like I'm not like she's reading this like it is a sex scene.
She is. And also, even when I always feel really weird how audiobook narrators narrate like the sex scenes, because some of them are really make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And some of them are like this, they're like passionate about it and that's fine. But anytime they like put on that voice, it's like, what is happening?
The lip bite. It really is like that. Here's another one. Hold on.
GK is on it. I want to see that. Man.
This one's not as bad as the last one, but it is still vocal fry-ish. Cliff going full Coldplay kiss cam is honestly a highlight of these streams.
Wait, Cliff going what?
Like
Coldplay kiss. I'm sorry, Coldplay kiss cam kind of squished together in my head, and I was like, "What's a kiss cam?" Like
kiss cam.
Kiss cam.
Oh my gosh! Do you guys want to hear the man?
Yes.
He's like the old. Nothing could have prepared me for this.
This second lady is just like whispering in my ear.
I wish I still had the audition for the Savior's Champion. Maybe I have it somewhere. I don't think I do, but there was an audition for the Savior's Champion where they didn't even read the script of the Savior's Champion. They just read some werewolf erotica. Let me see if I can find it. No, I don't think I have. Oh, wait. No. I do have cereal, though. Does anyone want to hear, can I put my spoon in your cereal? Captain Crunch. Maybe Cheerios. Okay, hold on. What I don't understand is how this guy said the first line of the paragraph and then said the title of the chapter and then continued to the second line of the paragraph. But it's because it's a man, you know?
Yes. I love how it's titled Man. Shut up and read this first.
Yeah. Cliff going full Coldplay kiss cam is honestly.
He read it bad. Like, this is bad.
Yeah, he read it the wrong way. Hold on, 20 seconds in, and it is at least like I at least like this one better than Oh my goodness. Anywho, I saved these because they were just so funny.
I think he's making his voice deeper than it actually is too. The guy.
What was it? What was that?
I think the guy actually is making his voice deeper on purpose. Like I can feel him like really concentrating on. Well,
I think he's just an old guy who's just going through as many auditions as possible and didn't even give a fuck.
Okay.
He's just kind of like, okay, because he read it wrong and still submitted it.
That's funny.
It's hard. It's hard.
Writing a book is hard. Whether in your throes. Like, girl, get up.
It's like she thought she was reading deep in the throes of heated passion, but she's like deep in the throes of writerly care.
Not the hands. Not the hands. No, I love it. Oh, that's horrible.
Shut up and read this first. Lumberjack in a badly budgeted. I think he sounds like an old man. No, because why the fuck does his mouth sound so moist? Exactly, he's an old man who's got spittle in the corner of his lip. That's what I'm saying.
Not the spittle.
Who's Sam Ellison? Let me look. Sam Ellison.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, I got some camera operator, so that can't be right.
Smooth operator.
That can't be right. Oh, Sam Elliott. Yes, see, old man. Exactly.
I can't remember Sam Elliott.
Writing a book is shut up. Read this. You first probably already know, guide. I imagine you've picked that up, this reason for very chaos.
I'm impressed.
That was good. That was good. You got me. Let's see. Oh, fucking do we? Yes, you've mentioned that audition before. I had someone do something similar to me during the audition of one of my audiobooks. These people seem like they need to touch grass. Yeah, well, you know, they're just trying to make money, but it's like, this is why you're not getting audiobook clients. It's because you're not reading the directions that say, I want a woman. Maybe he was just hoping that I would hear his incorrect pronunciation and be like, in out of order lines and be like, that's it, I need a man. I need a man to fuck this up. I need a man to fuck this up for me. The book was perfect, but now it's fucked up, and that's exactly what I need. Someone probably did writing a book is. So when are you getting your audio narration? I'm buying the shit out of this. Oh, that was fun. Are you feeling better, babe? Now that you have your sandwich. Sometimes that's all you need is a sandwich. She says, a woman who doesn't like sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah. I like. Oh, look, and here's a picture of Connor's story with Busky or Busky. I don't know what she calls herself. It's what's his name? The actor who's bald and was in Die Hard.
Oh,
his daughter. She follows me, guys.
Wait, hold on.
Demi Moore's daughter.
Not Demi. Well, yeah, sorry. Wow. I was like, not Demi Lovato. Yes. Will Bruceus, exactly. John McClane. Is it John McClane? No.
It's Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You said that and it did not. I want you to know. Oh, nope. That's how I heard it because that's how you wrote it. Thomas, God damn it. Yeah, I thought I was having a moment.
I said Will Bruceus.
Yes. Sorry. I was like, I want you, it's like, you're like Bruce Willis but because you read the Thomas version, I cannot explain how many times Thomas has jokingly like typed something, but because I think I might have dyslexia, I was like a wreck. Like this is like the millionth time this has happened at this point where I'm like, Bruce's. So oh my God.
Yeah, I guess she.
Oh, John McClane is his character.
Connor story, but I was like, that was one of those where I was like, oh my gosh, look, she's following me. She was on Catfish. Ah.
That's awesome.
We watched her on Catfish, and it was cool. We love Catfish. Thomas, goddamn it, is a phrase that is required to be shouted at least once a street.
That means all is right with the world.
Yes, Thomas, goddamn it, should be added. To yeah,
Should.
we definitely need to update the bingo card. Butters, come see us.
Don't
Like,
apologize for who you are, Thomas. But it's so like embarrassing because it's like a little an intimate. What do they say whenever it's like a small group, but they're like being nice. Bless you, Cliff. But where it's just like an intimate gathering of humans every Wednesday for the productivity. Like it's just like 12 people most of the time, and that's on a big day. And it's like, wow, things are hopping, and it is absolutely. So I read out almost all of the like, if I can keep up with like the comments and stuff, and almost every time Thomas does something really funny, but I'm just like, and it's like it's so embarrassing.
I can't read. I don't know what's happening. Iona said, "Bless you."
Well, thank you.
He says, "Thank you."
I should have been like, I said, God bless you. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't.
There's no God in this house. It's funny because I don't know if Cliff wants me to say this, but I'm gonna say it, and we'll see if he gets mad at me later.
I love this part of marriage.
One of the things that we say around the house a lot is like, be a good Christian, but he'll be like, he'll be like, can you get me a soda? It's what a good Christian would do. or then I'll be like, I'll like playfully like whack his arm, and he's like, you're not being a good Christian. And it's just this thing around the house where we're always like, hey, can you be a good Christian and do that? And I'll be like, I'll call him like a goober, and he's like, that's not what a good Christian would do.
Well, I don't mean it offensively. I'm just
see that
around.
It's okay, Cliff. We know that
I'm not just hating on our religion.
We know
stressing him out. You're stressing him out right now.
That's why. Don't worry, Cliff. There's like nobody here. It's fine.
It's only on the internet forever.
I delete these eventually.
No, it's fine.
I'm
just kidding.
We are not making. It's not any kind. Did I upset you?
No, you don't upset me. I just making sure I'm putting some context to it.
It's not meant to make fun of anyone. We both grew up in Christian households. There was no God, only Jenna. Excuse you, Butters.
No, it's clearly Butters' world.
It's clearly Butters' world. She's literally sitting on her cooling mat, just like staring out at the yard. Like, yes, this is my domain. We believe you, Clifftopher. I'm sorry, but Cliff's thank you sounded like an old lady for a second. Well, that's just not Christian of you.
I'm an old lady.
Excuse me, there is no God, only Jenna and Princess Buttercup. My boy sounds like a conservative on his last leg. Yes, Cliff is in fact an old lady. There's a Jenna video to prove it. That is true. He's Mrs. Carcione.
Oh yeah,
Jenna, you need to learn more math. You big bag of holes.
It's Krog. She's used the Lord's name in vain.
I don't know Cliff from Adam, but I won't forget that exchange for as long as I live. Cliff being nervous about, I wasn't offending anyone. I wasn't trying to. Butters is a star after hosting a video. My glaucoma.
That's my favorite Cliff phrase I've ever heard.
My favorite Cliffism is what no one else was there for but me. And that's Cliff going, I'm going to break down these walls. And I never let him live it down. Cliff is just shaking his head. That was funny. I'm going to break down. Do you remember that? What's that face for?
Yes, I remember.
I don't know. There was a lot of alcohol. But I felt like I'm elaborating here. Wally loves you. I gave him Wally. Krog's name should always be taken in vain, to be honest. Cliff should have a podcast with all his funny quotes. See, everyone loves you, Cliff. You're more popular than me. I've told Cliff that he should have his own YouTube channel, and that,
I agree.
especially making funny songs. I wish that when I
agree.
got a new laptop, I lost it, but he
No.
made a song, or he made a commercial for his audio engineering class about Vagisil, and it was so fucking funny. And I wish we still had it. And what I loved about it is that you think of a guy making a funny commercial about Vagisil, and you immediately think it's going to be sexist. It wasn't sexist at all.
Mhm.
Butters, why are you shaking? She's like vibrating on my feet, which usually means she needs to poop. It wasn't sexist at all, but it was the perfect example of, see, you can be funny without being problematic.
Yes.
It was so funny that, like, when it was presented in his class, no one knew that he made it, and everyone was just like, what the, like, everyone was going crazy over it. It was so funny.
A little bit of cream is all you
What
need.
he did is he had it sound like a R&B, and he was
amazing.
Like, hey, he's like, hey girl, like, why don't you come over to my place tonight? But there's just one thing. You're not so fresh and clean. So do yourself a favor, girl. Get yourself some Vagisil. And they got the, like, cool R&B.
Oh, did they do the did they do, or did he do the I used to call them the sparkles, but
yeah, so he has, like, his falsetto in the background. Oh no. It's just like that cool, like, like R&B.
You know what I'm talking about, like how in the R&B, like in the 90s, where they use the
chimes.
The chimes.
No.
Thank you for knowing what I'm talking about.
No, he didn't have the chimes, but then he had him in the background falsetto going like, Vagisil, oh yeah. And he's just like, get yourself some Vagisil, girl, and we're gonna have a good night together and stuff. And everyone just, like, lost their mind, and it was for an assignment. Butters, why are you vibrating? Do you need to poo? Do you need to poo-poo? You're vibrating. She is sitting on my feet. Do you need to poo poo, Butters? Look at.
Do we want to do a poop sprint?
Sorry, I'll cut out clip. Mommy, I'm vibrating. Hello. Do you need to poo poo?
Butters, are you full of shit? Thomas. Oh,
I feel like Cliff is super fun for a couple shots, maybe a blunt into the night. Cliff doesn't really drink, so.
That's funny.
But we used to drink. Cliff used to be a bartender. We used to drink together, and it was always very. That's where I'm gonna break down these walls come from. He's very silly, but he doesn't really drink. Jenna, when are you renaming your channel to Writing with Cliff? Cliff, see, you're taking over. Cliff does have the sauce. He does. Butters, are you full of shit? Are you, Butters? Should I take her outside?
She looks like she needs a shit.
Confirmed. Do you want to do a sprint?
Yes, guys, we'll do a sprint, and I'll take Butters out for a poo-poo.
Perfect.
And you will probably see me downstairs because she's just going to want to hang out outside.
I bet you $5 she is the shit.
Yeah. You need to poo-poo. Do you need to poo? Okay. When she vibrates like that, it's like, I really got to shit. It's like, we have a little bathroom for her. It's like, go shit.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No,
it's under the bed or outside.
Right. Look at this girl. That's
her eyes.
Yeah, that's the face of someone who wants. He's like, I really got to shit, Mom.
She'll shit on stream again if you don't help her.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do a sprint. If you guys aren't familiar, that's where we set the timer for 20 minutes and you work on whatever it is you need to work on for those 20 minutes. Normally, you're going to be drafting for 20 minutes, and then when the 20 minutes is over, we will share how many words that we got on the page. I will be taking Butters to the bathroom for 20 minutes. Iona will be working on her cozy mystery, I believe. I normally give a lot more instructions, but I want to help end Butters' suffering. So I'm setting the timer now for 20 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, how did everyone do? I moved to the backyard. Butters did indeed take a dump. She took a few dumps. And now she's barking at the neighbors. Oh, hello, hello. Hello, Princess Puppy. Hello, my sweet girl. How did everyone else do? Let's see. Chilling in the potential hot tub, I see. I zoned out for a hot minute, plotted 2 scenes. Ooh, weather looks amazing over there. It is amazing. It's been beautiful the past few days. Let's see. Right now it is 76. It's perfect. Seeing daylight psyched me out for a moment. I forgot about the time zone. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock here. 2:68, fantastic. Had dinner, amazing. Edited over 3:40. Fantastic. I took Butters potty. Oh, hello, say hi. Hey, there's Butters. Hello, there's her little fluffy butt. I took Butters potty, and then I handled some of my stuff for YouTube. And now I'm hanging outside with my little girl who's just going around having fun. Yeah, and Iona will be back shortly. So, does anyone have any questions while I'm out here? I'm eating some mini cinnamon buns. I really like these. You can get them from Amazon. I really like them because they don't have the cream cheese frosting. I hate cream cheese frosting. It's too sweet for me. I got a snack. Amazing. What book did you pick? 677. That's fantastic. Let's see. I like cinnamon buns and like morning buns, things like that. So long as they don't have the cream cheese frosting, because to me that's just too sweet. I like donuts. I like Starbucks vanilla scones with the vanilla glaze. Jesus Christ, that sounded like a gunshot. Was it this? Was this the thing that sounded like a gunshot? It's just me putting a little bowl down. 198. Hey, you got more words on the page than me. House chores, amazing. Editing a chapter before I share it with my critique partner, fantastic. You prefer writing outdoors or indoors? I prefer writing indoors because I haven't. Oh, hi, Kachu.
He's right here.
Yeah.
You can see his fluff a little bit.
I have allergies, so even me being outside right now, I'm starting to get the sniffles, so I'll be having to go in eventually. And I get like very like my skin, I can feel like it's just like I start getting itchy, so I do prefer writing indoors. But it's just nice to go outside and like enjoy the air and let Butters frolic and prance. What are the best ways to avoid an ability from having it feel like it was pulled out of thin air when it's needed?
Foreshadowing. Yeah.
Yes, introducing it beforehand.
Yeah, then it's not convenient.
Favorite pastimes. Maybe that is what they said. Oh no, they did say pastries.
I love Butter's little voice.
Yeah, she's out chatting with the neighbors. The neighbor has a dog named... Hold on. Oh, I dropped the cat.
Is it Layla?
Yes.
He is. Because didn't she get loose once and you were like, come here? And she just
waddled
to me. She just drank water. And he shook and it's look at this drippy chin.
Oh,
my boy, my sweet baby boy.
Yeah, and I believe she's an American bulldog, and so
that's awesome. I love.
When she barks, she's just like, rah, rah.
Wait, is she tall? Does she have long legs?
I mean, she has longer legs than a an English bulldog.
Okay, yeah.
But she doesn't have long legs in general. But she has
Okay,
longer
I've
legs
seen
than-
really tall ones and kind of
No,
stockier ones, and I wondered
she's-
which. And whenever you said waddled, I'm like, I wonder what this creature looks like.
She's stocky, but it's just funny because when she barks, it's like rah, rah, you know. But she's
It's because of her short palate.
yeah, she's a sweetie, and Butters and Layla like to chit chat, and so I'm listening to hear.
That's
Is
how
Layla out?
Eloise sounds when she makes.
I hear a barking, but I can't tell if it's Layla. Let's see. Vanilla scones are pretty good. Yeah, the Starbucks ones are amazing. Let's see. Walt Disney, a famously uncontroversial person. I can't tell. I can't
It's
tell.
they're being sarcastic.
Okay. So it's the autism. Sometimes I can't tell.
No. It's just because someone was talking about reading a Walt Disney biography. What is happening to you?
If Butters is God, what is Kachu? A chair.
He is a duke, as you can clearly see. He's very regal, but not like powerful.
I see. I think he is like the right hand man to the king, where he's just like, oh yes, sir.
An advisor.
Yeah, kind of like
or Chamberlain.
kind of
Is
like
that what it's called?
kind of like Igor.
Igor.
Frankenstein.
Yes. Wait, is it called a Chamberlain? Hold on, let me look up what Chamberlain is, or an officer who manages the household of a monarch or noble. I don't think that's quite right.
No, I think I don't think I don't agree. I don't think he's regal. I think he's the guy who gets his hand sturdy for the regals. For regality. He's the one who's like,
I thought he looked like I'm going to be really, really mean to the royal family right now. But
okay, well, I already
like
know where this is going.
Okay, I think he looks like a really ugly, per usual, royal family member with his jowls. Yeah.
I'm thinking fantasy world regality.
World
regality.
No, I meant
real world. Yes.
No, I was like, he's clearly a duke. Like, do we not see this in his very, very sloppy face?
See, I was thinking like fantasy world, and he'd be like the one who's like, all right,
yes,
I'm going to go, spy on the peasants.
We made a deal. Pay up.
Some tea and crumpets, sir. The visor is that I don't know how to. Yes, I figured it was a school project. Sometimes you just gotta get
pick your poison. Absolutely, I've done that before.
He's got the equivalent of the Habsburg jaw.
Yes, that. Yes, thank you. This Brit knows what I'm talking about. Every time that on Wednesday stream, whenever we're reminded that Saren is a British person, everyone goes, that fucking Brit every single time. And they spell it like feckin'. Yeah.
Look at you, little bubbies. Everyone just here. Let's see. Can you guys see her?
Yes, there she is.
And then she disappears behind all the furniture. Kachu in a little mafia hat, like a little fedora.
Oh yeah, I can see that too. He's like the mafia boss, 1,000%.
Fedoras used to be the mafia hat, but now it's the incel hat.
No, so yeah.
How times have changed.
What's the fedora versus the other thing? And they're like, it's not a fedora, it's a blah. I forget what the other one is.
I don't know what it's actually called, but
no, like whenever people are like, I'm not wearing a fedora, I'm wearing a such and such.
Damn, Jenna has a nice house. Thank you.
She does.
Pretty. Yes.
It's very pretty. I like the location a lot.
Let me see. It's funny.
Trilby!
This is my chimney that there's no like fireplace. It's like we have an electronic fireplace. So here's my house in my backyard.
I will never get over me being like, oh my god, your lawn is like incredible.
And we're like,
and then you're like, oh, it's AstroTurf, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's a trilby.
What's a trilby?
It's the
hat.
We're talking the hat. Yeah,
I thought that was another word for AstroTurf. I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah. So for context, it's very common in California, especially in Northern California, for people to have AstroTurf instead of lawns because we are a very high fire risk state, and
Yes.
we are a very high drought state. So
Yes.
AstroTurf requires less water.
That's why I was
but
like, damn, like, how does it look like that? Because my husband has like special like lawn care stuff. He gets very like he even has like he mows like the lines. It looks like a golf course sometimes. But I'm just like, how did you do that, Jenna? Like, this is your gardeners are incredible. And it's like it's like, oh, it's AstroTurf. I'm like, well, it's beautiful.
Well, and to be clear, over here the AstroTurf is really good because it's so common. It's not like what you would. It's not like what you would
like
see
on
in like a golf course. It's not this. It's not the same. So it
They're
even
not like us.
it even kind of feels like grass and stuff. It's just a little bit spikier, but so it's really good over here. It's not regular AstroTurf.
It's special. Sorry, AstroTurf. There was someone who made a joke about like a long time ago about how it was like not a bad racial joke, but it was just a racial joke about like AfroTurf or something like that, where they're talking about like the fluff. I don't know. It was talking about hair, whatever. I did not make this joke. It was a black person who made this joke, but well, I'm whatever, full black person making this joke. But anyway, so ever since then, because I learned that whenever I was like a little kid, sometimes I'll say AfroTurf by accident. I'm like, no, Astro. Where does Astro come from anyway? Why is it even called that?
Careful, Iona.
I know.
I don't know, but I don't know if Grover knows that you are black.
I think he does.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm white passing, so I'm mixed, but AstroTurf.
I just wasn't sure if that's why why I added that.
No, he's being funny.
Because I can never tell if someone's being sarcastic or not.
Why is AstroTurf called AstroTurf?
I don't know.
It was
over
like
here,
a cute. Yeah.
Over here, we just call it turf.
Oh, the Houston Astro Dome. Oh, you just call it turf.
Yeah.
Maybe is it one of those things where it's like Kleenex, like, oh, hand me a Kleenex, but that's actually a brand, or hand me some Tupperware,
I have no idea.
But that's actually a brand. But people call it by the brand because the brand is so prevalent.
You can spot one of me on my.
and also anytime like that's also, I feel like maybe Grover's mixed like me too, but I actually don't know. I'm just making that up. Okay. Oh, no, okay. You are.
He said that he is
mixed.
I don't know if he said if he's white passing but he said that he is very fair.
Spot one of me is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. But there have been a couple times too, where like people just already know, and I'm like, thank God.
I'm as white passing as her. I just have
4C hair is my favorite hair type. You can do whatever you want with it. I've been teaching some of the kids I work with how to turn their hair into hearts. Like they'll have like afro puffs or whatever. And I'm like, I know how to turn this into a heart and I can show you how to. So I don't touch anybody like at all, but I'll be like, okay, so you're going to split like this. You're going to twist the bottom. And then now it's been like a trend to have like, afro puff hearts. But then I've been trying to show this other person how to turn it into a star to like start a new trend. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that 4C hair is my favorite type of hair.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I knew what kind I had, but now I can't remember.
I don't remember what kind. Also, this is slightly like straightened, but you know.
Well, I almost never wear my hair natural, so it's also kind of hard. Like it's probably curlier than that. I think.
Also, most people have a mixture too. Like most human beings have a mixture, let alone mixed people.
I love hair sculpting. My hair is too short though. But yeah, I used to get booked for hair modeling gigs so that they could give me an afro. Because my hair is naturally curly and poofy.
I think that's great. I'm a mixture between.
Let me see. Ooh, what am I doing?
B2 and A3 or 3A, 2B and 3A. Why am I saying it backwards? I'm a mixture. It just depends on what chunk of my head we're looking at. I love hair sculpting. My hair's too short though. See, hair sculpting. Yeah, it's like my favorite. You can make it look however you want. You can straighten it, you can curl it, you can shape it or sculpt. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Here is a. Aw.
Never do
Where's
anything fun unless I do baby fro. I think baby fros are so fun too.
Oh, I don't have the full picture.
2B, 2C, 4, 2.
This was when I was booked for the Naha with my hair. And to be clear, I'm not saying that I have an afro. I'm just saying that my hair is curlier than what you see on YouTube because I style it differently. This was me for
Yes. Yes. I want to post a dramatic curly hair picture of me. It's not as cool as yours. But this was just me in my car.
That photo shoot was so cold. I lost feeling in my feet and my toes.
That was the one where the toe was numb or whatever?
Yeah, my toes turned blue. I lost feeling in my feet, and the stylist had to put shoes on my feet because I couldn't feel my hands and I couldn't feel my feet.
That's crazy. They shouldn't have put you through that.
And there was no food except for celery and Bloody Marys.
Not celery and Bloody Marys.
And it was in Sacramento, which is 3 hours away. But I really wanted to do it because I really wanted to be part of Naha. And I'm ultimately glad I did it, but it was one of those things where it's like never again. You know, that was in my phase where I was like, oh, well, they do this on America's Next Top Model, so it must be fine, you know. And then you look back and you're like, oh my God.
I put my curly from last week because I had good hair days last week.
This is a great question. As we're talking about hair textures, is describing hair as coils an acceptable descriptor? From what I know, yes, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, the one. So you just have to be careful when it comes to things like I don't know how to describe it, but like saying kinky is not
and
nice. Nappy is not nice unless you're in the community,
right?
And it's like within context. So like if you're a Black person writing a Black character and they're like doing their hair, be like, I don't know why this is so nappy, or like, why is the kitchen so nappy, like that kind of thing. That is within reason, but no, the Breakfast of Champions. For instance, I loved this. There's a really cute romance movie on Netflix that I liked. I don't know if it holds up or not. But it's called Nappily Ever After, and it's about this woman's journey with her hair.
I've seen that.
Have you seen it? Did you like it?
I thought it was okay, but it's not like a romance movie.
It's not?
I mean, she does fall in love, but it's not about that.
No. It is more about her, like
her hair journey.
accepting herself. Yeah. And like, not assimilating. And so I thought it was like a really cool, depiction of, but yeah, she was really, I thought that was fun, but that's an example of like where that would be okay.
Yeah.
Also, ropey unless it's very specific again. But coily, curly.
I've only ever heard ropey used for arms.
One time someone tried, so if you're like a person who's describing their own hair as like ropey, that's different. But like this was someone, so I was reading this book where someone had locks and they said like they're ropes. And I was like, what is happening? Like I didn't understand what was going on. And then they said like ropey hair again. I was like, what is happening? But then turns out they were talking about locks.
Yeah, why didn't you?
And I was like, locks? You don't look. Yeah, just say like dreads or locks or something.
Yeah, I've only ever heard ropey in terms of someone's arms. They're ropey arms, which I've used before too. So.
Oh, that's fine. They're slutty little forearms.
The food should have been chocolate ice cream and good gin and Sprites. Ice cream would have been the worst food. It was freezing. I mean, I said my toes turned blue. What we needed was soup. I just remember driving home and brushing out the whole way through, brushing out my fro, and just like so much hair coming out because it was all, and my feet were thawing and they hurt so bad when they thaw. And I'm just like driving home, just like
the tingles. Yeah. Worth it for the photo shoot.
It's marketed as a rom-com, but she does fall in love, but it's not the point. The point is her learning to accept her beauty and not assimilate, you know. And it was cute. I enjoyed it, but I thought it was going to be a romance. So I was a little like, where's the romance?
You're right. If it were a book, I think it would be considered chick lit or something.
Yeah.
Like that, which I think I'd have problems with it.
Yes, I've heard braided like a rope, you know, and I've heard like I've even said like her braid was a whip down her back, but not.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Because also that's a one singular. What is it? Plate or plat? I think.
What is Jenna mixed with? I am if you're talking about the not white stuff, I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban. I am Boricua.
That's awesome. Do a little blood quantum on the stream.
My mom is blonde with green eyes, and my dad has black hair. And well, I mean, now he's.
My mom is also blonde with green eyes.
Now he's all faded away like me, but when he was young, he actually, it's funny because he looked more Middle Eastern when he was younger. And it's funny because that's what everyone always thought I was, you know, but it could also be the area that we live in. Obviously there's a huge Latin American population here, but it's mostly Mexican, and Mexicans don't look the same as Puerto Ricans, Cubans, more like of the Caribbean type of Latin American.
Yes.
And so
me.
Yes. So we would always, so I would more often get, when I was a little kid, I think it was obvious I was, you know, Latina.
Yeah.
But
it's still obvious you're Latina, but I get what you're saying because of where you live and stuff. So
yeah, but as I grew up, everyone would try and speak like Arabic to me, and I was like, oh, sorry. But I think that's also the mix of Sicilian. Because I've got more of a Sicilian bone structure with like the pointy chin and the pointy nose and stuff.
Anytime people would guess me, especially in like the summer when I had more melanin, they would always guess that I was indigenous. But that's because of where I live. Is a lot of times most people who are mixed with like Native American, just because of the area.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Is it common to mixed people that their skin lightens as they age? I don't know necessarily like if it's like an all mixed people thing, but I do know that in general, it's not uncommon for people with melanin to lighten as they age.
Okay, that makes me feel so much better because I have had recently like I don't know why, but a pretty big like dip in like almost like skin dysphoria, but that's not the right word for it. But I just have been like, what have I become?
Yeah. It's kind of like how people go white, their hair goes white. Melanin can decrease in age. So like someone like me, if you look at pictures, like I was showing them in Cyborg Central, I think at the last stream, I was, I mean, I wasn't a dark brown kid, but I was a brown kid, you know, my skin, if you were like one of those white people who are not who live in Ohio and are not familiar with other races, you might just say, "Oh, that's a really tan child." But but a normal person who's familiar with different races would know, "Oh, that's that kid's probably, you know, Latina of some way." The widest guess I ever got is that some people thought I was Jewish.
That's a spicy white right there too.
Exactly. So, but even if you look at pictures of me in high school, you know, like I was much darker than I am now. Now Cliff is Irish and I am as pale as him. And this is new for me. I was always the dark one in my family, and now I'm
in more ways than one.
The dark one.
The skin and the heart.
So yeah, and it's funny because my hair has gotten darker with age, but that's because I've been in the sun less. So my hair was always like, if you look at my author picture, my hair is like medium brown, but that's because I used to be in the sun a lot more, and now my hair is going to its like natural color of being like that, so dark that it's almost black. And it's because I'm not getting any more sun anymore, which is also in part why I'm so pale now. But some of it, I mean, even as a kid during the winter, I would still be very olive skinned, you know. Now I'm just a ghost, you know. So yeah.
But a ghost.
I am a ghost. Wait, you're Boricua? How did I just find this out? Yes, that's me. A lot of people don't know because I'm aware of what I look like these days.
It's fine. It's fine.
I used to always joke that all the Puerto Rican went straight to my ass, but that's not so much the case anymore.
I think that's awesome. What do you want?
I would have guessed that Iona was either mulatto or mixed or Rican.
I forget what mulatto is. I feel like mulatto is one of those, like, it's fine to say sometimes, and then also it's not fine to say. I'm not saying
I felt uncomfortable saying it because I was always taught that it wasn't okay, but
it's controversial.
Okay.
With one white European parent and one Black or African American parent, or mixed African and European ancestors, you're totally right. But yeah,
uncomfortable saying it, but like Grover said it so much.
It is largely outdated and often considered
Grover,
offensive.
why'd you make me
offensive?
That's the Ohio, Grover. You made me be Ohio. We're not that bad. You just said a bad word.
You said a bad word.
I said it because I was like, well, Grover said it, but it must be okay. And now I feel
it's fine.
Stupid.
At one time, I had a doctor call me something else that starts with an M, and I was horrified. I never went.
I know what you're talking about.
It was this, and I was like,
"Well, that's because she,
I was like, excuse, and she wasn't meaning it to be mean.
Oh, I call myself that all the time.
That's fine.
I thought
fine.
I thought you were saying this.
Why did you think someone called me that?
Because I've heard that used in those contexts.
What? No, that's for that's for someone. That's for this. That's another term for that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, maybe
it is. I think that's that might be.
It's because this is where this comes from. It's because.
Okay, because I think that is regional because around here, that's what it means.
Oh, don't say that. No, don't say that.
That's what you said. They said something offensive.
No, that's not. No, I meant like.
I'm not gonna say it. I thought you were saying that they said that.
I was like, no. That is no. I totally get that, but I am joking with you. I'm just being super clear. I'm joking with you, but in my mind's eye, this is the like badoons about it, where it's like, this is how it's like extra funny in my head.
Okay.
That's how I'm just like just as a funny in my head. I was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
But yes,
because you gotta keep. We have a very high Asian population here, so I've never heard it used in that.
Yes,
okay. Anyway, guys.
Sorry. Thank you.
That's the one she was talking about. It was not the one that I thought.
Yes, it does rhyme with that, Grover, and I'm sorry that you guessed it because it seems like
in the butt. I say,
what?
My neighbors can probably hear me or are like, what the fuck is going on?
What is going on? Who are you talking to?
I don't think they're very like American, so I don't think you would have that worry. Although this word that Iona was called, I don't think is just American, but I think
that one's like a Europe. That actually, that's a European. Well, the first thing I said.
I don't think it's an offensive word to say in general. Just you don't say it to another human being. But like I could say it about my dog. What?
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about the second or third word.
No.
I was like, you can't do that.
I'm just gonna say it for clarity. The word was mutt, and my dog Butters is a mutt, and I jokingly call myself a mutt, but I
Yes.
wouldn't go up to another human being and
No,
call
because that's
them that.
weird. No,
'cause
no.
that
I
is
call
a-
myself a mutt too. And also, I think it's fun whenever white people call themselves mutts. Slurs with Jenna. To be fair, she didn't say a slur at all.
Yeah.
It was just an old term for something, but it was like it now has changed like what
But
it means.
I was guessing what someone said offensive to her. I wasn't like saying it like, oh,
No, we all know this, Jenna. We all know this. I am ribbing you, and I'm sorry, but also it's really fucking funny.
You made me bring out the mustache,
Not the mustache, the autism comfort mustache. I'm sorry, I've distressed you so.
This literally is like my comfort mustache. Anytime someone compliments me, I'm like, thank you. Anytime I'm uncomfortable, I'm like, oh, my mustache.
As you're watching Bring Her Back.
Exactly. Oh,
The
look, my
tism stash, yes.
tism stash.
That's what Kylan called it.
Oh, look, my apple tree is getting little tiny buds on it. So that's nice. It is very much like a sad looking tree. I don't know if you can't even see it because that's how like paper thin it is. Hold on. Can you guys see this bitch? Is it
It's beautiful.
Look
You know
at
what's
this
really
sad
funny though?
scooch? What?
I thought that your neighbor's luscious plant growing over the side was its like flat top. And I was like, it's doing great. It has no leaves. It has
See,
buds though.
Yeah, it's got little buds.
That's pretty good. You're doing great, buddy.
I need to be careful because Butter's pooped around here. And this is here. Why don't we go on a tour? Hello, everyone.
Yes,
Welcome. This is my rosemary bush, and this is where the bunnies used to live.
Aww.
Used to live under there, but I haven't seen them in a long time, so I think they either moved or they're dead.
They got eaten.
Yes, because we do have a hawk that lives up there. These are the woods behind my my house.
All the deer in there.
This is where we saw the deer and the fox and the hawk.
Have you seen a coyote yet?
No, but I don't know if you saw, but we had a big coyote like fight late at night, and there's all this howling, and there was one coyote that was howling in very obvious distress and pain. So I came outside and looked for it because I'm crazy, and and I came outside and I could hear all the wrestling. You could hear so many, and I heard all the wrestling, and then one came out and came toward the fence. And then I saw the coyote, and then it skedaddled away.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I have seen one coyote, but there were a lot more. I just only saw one.
We have a bunch of coyotes around here for sure. I have had to did I tell you about how one tried to eat Orion?
No, holy crap.
Okay, so typically they're in packs and stuff, but sometimes there will be orcas do this too. Sometimes there will be one that doesn't fit in because it's too aggressive and stuff. So the pack will actually kick it out. And they do wild things that are not appropriate to do, that could put the whole pack in danger. So they'll kick them out. So I have the lone coyote, but that's weird. So whenever I first got Orion, he had this really serious leg injury. And so he had this very big open wound on his leg. And so there was this coyote that was clearly not part of a pack that just stood in plain daylight and went like this and froze. And then for a while it would sneak forward and get closer. He was going to eat him. So what happened was that they're really smart, so you can't really hunt them. I only know one person that's ever been able to hunt a coyote. Not that you should do that, but they're just very, very intelligent. So what I had to do at first was do an air horn, a din din din, to get it to go away. And then because they're intelligent, you have to not outsmart them, but you have to biohack them. So what I had to do was take water balloons and you put ammonia mixed with water in it, a diluted ammonia mixture, and then you tape bacon around the outside, and you put it around the perimeter so that when they go and bite into the bacon water balloon, it splashes the bad taste in their mouth, and their brain marks it off as in the map in their head as this has spoiled meat, and it makes them leave you alone. So I had to do that, and that's the end of my story. But isn't that you have to do a trap.
Right.
You have to trick them to leave you alone. But it makes sense, like, why all these fables and things have like this wily coyote that knows
Right.
what's what, and you have to outsmart the coyote all the time.
I just shared a picture of my dad for context, but when he was young. And it's funny because that's when he was 20, but he looks so much older. If uncomfortable, this is the most 70s photo I've ever seen. Well, I'll share a secret for you. That's because it was in the 70s. That's
I want
why.
to see. Wait, what am I missing?
It's in cyber. What I just said.
I missed that. Oh
What I
yeah.
just said.
None of what you said went in. I was looking and I did nothing. It just went right through.
That was the most 70s photo. Yes, that is because
The disco. The disco era. Hang on.
if uncomfortable, you must become an Italian father. OMG, I always pictured that stone wall being taller. No, it's shorter than me.
It's terraced.
It's just a retaining wall, because we live on a hill and it's to prevent,
it's
like,
a retaining wall.
yeah, for mudslides and stuff like that. Over
That
the
totally
river and
makes
through the
sense.
woods to Jenna's house we go. Indeed, you wouldn't know my great grandma's from Mexico because I'm so. It's all good.
See?
Look at me. Look at me.
Look at the both of us.
Right. It's fine. Oh, Layla's out. You heard?
Ah,
Ruff, ruff. She got a grandma bark. I love it.
I hear it.
IONA does not disclose.
I do not disclose, but I love my state. But I do not disclose. But Appalachia.
The mustache, the hair, the couch, the tie. This is almost too perfect. Yeah. My dad would always have an afro, but now you can. No, those pants are for sure bell bottoms.
Let me
But
see.
you can kind of get an idea of why people tend to think that we were Middle Eastern.
Yes. But also you can clearly see he's Puerto Rican too.
Yeah, I think the Sicilian mix. It's the Sicilian with the Puerto Rican mix that kind of creates the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she's disclosed. She's mysterious, guys.
I'm mysterious.
Whereas I can be a little bit more open and be like, I'm from California because California is enormous. So
yeah, it's like
try
half,
and find
it's like
me.
almost three. It's like 3/4 of the country on the west.
Although I've been sharing the
I
weather,
know, whenever
with, like, who
it
cares?
gave me. I mean, I totally saw like it's like this is my weather, and I'm like, wow, and then I'm like, I'm anxious because you put your thing, but also it's like also that's still big. Like it's
Mhm.
not a big deal. But I'm just, well. Also,
I
I
don't give
live
a
in
shit.
such a teensy ass place. That's why I'm so mysterious. It's so tiny.
Mhm. You literally have all colors and they will all be related, my own family included. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
If you were to look at my family, it can kind of be like that. The one thing, though, is that almost everyone, at least my dad's side, my mom's side, she was an only child, so there's no one to compare to. But my dad's side is all really, really short. Like, I have a cousin who is 4'9". For context, I'm 5'9", so she's literally a foot shorter than me. I have an aunt who's 4'10". I've got another cousin who's a boy who's like 5'2".
Where'd you get your height from?
My mom's side.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
My mom isn't tall, but she has tall uncles and aunts. She's not short though. She's 5'6", but I'm 5'9", and so my whole family is. And my dad is 5'9", but he's shorter than me. So he's not like that much shorter than me, but he's 5'8". And he's the tallest of his family, like his siblings. My uncles are all shorter, significantly shorter than me. They all wear lifts and stuff. And so the one
That's the
thing is
gender affirming outfits that we need.
So the only thing that can get us, you can tell that they're a Moreci, is that everyone's itty bitty. And then there's me, and then I get the uncles who tell me you can't wear heels because you're gonna intimidate men. And I'm like, well, if they're intimidated,
it's like sharing a lot about yourself, buddy.
Right? If they're intimidated, I don't want them, so I don't give a fuck. Let them be intimidated, But yeah, I do have one cousin who's like 6 feet tall, but he had a super white dad, so I think he got height there.
I do have to say, I am the tall one in my family, even though I'm not considered tall,
Yeah. You're taller than average, but you're still in the average range.
Mm-hmm.
Get away. When Cliff would visit family reunions, everyone would just be like, look at this tall white man. And
That's amazing. I like how together you're like these like statuesque couples. Like you're just like, oh, side note, have you seen the leg extension things that people are getting
yes.
done in Turkey? I thought it was a joke.
You
Like
did?
I thought it was like I thought it was like a filter or something.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Like it's like when I go to Turkey to get my I forget, like lengthening surgery. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I was like, oh God, like this is the end result. Or it's like those eyeball things, or I thought those eyeball things, they look so bad that I thought that they were like not true.
Satire, yeah.
Yes, I thought they were satire of like making fun of people who like really want blue eyes for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay. And then I realized they were real, and I'm like horrified on their behalf.
Yeah.
These poor people.
It's hard to feel bad for someone who did that to themselves. And it's what really gets me is, I have a disabled husband who would do anything to not be disabled, and to know that these guys are willingly disabling themselves just because they're insecure, because they're like, one of the guys was 5'7", and now his dream was to be 6'5", and now he's got little T-Rex arms and these legs where he has to walk with a walker because of his legs. And it's like, you willingly did that to yourself. Like, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to feel bad just knowing that, like, you did that, you chose that, okay, and and guys always talk about the pressure to be, girls want tall guys, and it's like, literally, yes, it's like some women, yes, some women do want tall men, but literally what most women are begging for is just to treat women like human beings, and also,
which apparently it's really hard to do that. Right. Don't know why.
It's like, if you did that, I have a feeling that you would get way more women than if you just became tall. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And also, I just remember, like, this is what always got me, is that I remember when I was a stockbroker, this guy was complaining about how unfair it, because he was 5'4". Well, he claimed to be 5'4", but he was shorter than our 5'4" coworker. So I was like, he's like 5 feet. He's itty bitty. And he was complaining about how women only want tall guys and how unfair it is and how shallow it is. And then in the next breath, he says, I can't date a woman smaller than a C cup, because then it feels like you're with a little kid. And I'm like thinking,
a little kid. Oh.
I'm like, so it's shallow when a woman likes men who don't look like you.
What if they get a mastectomy?
That we're missing the point.
No, I know. But yeah, no, it's shallow. But I'm just thinking of all the ways that, like, that doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm just like, there's. But it's
like, so it's shallow when a woman likes men who don't look like you, but you're allowed to be shallow about breast size, okay? And at the time I was a AA, so I was like, interesting, and I'm like thinking, and you know what? Even if you liked my boob size, there wouldn't. In a million years, I would not be with you, But it's just like, the guys who complain about, women only want height, are the first guys to be like, I don't want this, and I can't tell you how many guys when I was single rejected me because I was tall. So it's like, if guys complain that women only want tall men, but from my experience, most men only want short women, and a lot of guys would tell that they wanted short women for the same reason that women like tall guys, which is that I had so many guys be like, you're too tall, like, I want to feel like a man, I don't feel like a man next to you.
That comes from inside the house,
right? And like, my height emasculated them, which was great for me because I don't want to be with a guy. I don't want to be with a guy who's emasculated that easily. So I didn't mind being rejected by these guys. It did the hard work for me.
Meanwhile, Tom Holland is just happy to be there around Zendaya.
Right. And that's the thing, is I've dated guys who were shorter than me, and it didn't bother me at all. In fact, it was attractive to me because they were confident and they didn't care that I was tall, and I could wear heels, and they were just happy to be there. You know what I mean? So when guys say, girls only want tall guys, I'm just like, I think back to my experience, and I'm like, yeah, and you want a girl who's 5'2", and I knew guys who were taller than me, and they still were like, I'll only date a girl who's 5'2" and shorter, because like they were taller than me, and it was still like, no, you're too tall, because I need to tower over the woman and feel like a
That's very
hot
strange.
shot. And you want to know something? I found out for most of them that they all had small dicks too. Small dick energy.
Listen, listen.
You can tell. You can always tell.
Especially when people are like insecure about, like, you can tell when they're insecure about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sad.
The small dick energy comes out. It exudes. The same guy who said like, oh, girls only like tall guys, and then said the C cup
thing.
Yeah. We were doing that thing in the office where they say that the average erect penis is the length of 3 of your thumb knuckles from here to here. So the average erect penis is the length of 3 of that. What if, like yours would be the length of this. So that's how you're able. It was like a trick. And I measured mine, and mine was about 6 inches. So it made sense. And everyone was measuring in the office and going, yeah, that's about right. And that one guy was like, what? And then we hear from his desk go, not even 2.
Oh.
And so,
oh, buddy, this is a very public realization.
Yeah. And then when it was just me and another female coworker, and all the other men left the office, he comes up to us and he goes, does size really matter? And I'm just like, I just kept quiet, because it's like, yes, it does. But my coworker, who was a lesbian, was like, no, I actually prefer smaller. And I'm like, you're a lesbian. He doesn't need the answer.
She prefers none.
Right.
No, nothing.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, yeah, buddy, like not even 2. So it's like, okay, so my hands are bigger than yours. So
it's so fun. This is related, but now I know.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's 100% that, because I remember you mentioning that to me, and you were like, you said,
I should have known then.
Yeah,
I should have known then, you know. I could hear that in your voice. What?
No, it absolutely matters. But I love this. When I talk out of my ass, the vast majority of the modern male beauty trends are there. It's 100%. It's to appeal to other men, because it's like when you show men who are like bodybuilding, and then they're like before and after, and all the women and they're like, this is what we do to get women, and people talking but all the women is like, I liked the before better, but they're like, don't lie.
Why are you lying? Also, a lot of the things that like people do to get big that like are like oh my god, like not the natural way, the unnatural way or whatever, that makes you less fertile.
Yeah.
So like that, of course, that's not going to be, not that fertility is everything. It's really, really not. But like,
there's like hormonal and pheromone
yes,
stuff.
it like changes so much. So yeah.
No B cup. Okay. I'm sorry. I think that if you're having back pain over a B cup, there might be a problem, because I don't think B cups are heavy enough to cause back pain. I'm just saying.
Apparently, well, I wouldn't know because I'm flat-ish. Ever since I had a baby, I went up to a B, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, you already know my boob story.
I know, it was amazing.
Yeah,
if
I have
only
big boobs all of a sudden, and I have no back pain, and I'm like, what are all these bitches complaining about?
Because you've had them for 1 year or something.
No, but also that's not big enough for that. All the people I know who have back pain, they all have like triple D's. You know, I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah.
They want to be taller than the girlfriends as a power thing. Yeah, they want to feel like a big, strong man. And meanwhile, Cliff is the only guy I've ever dated where I can wear heels and he's still taller than me. So I do understand the appeal of a taller guy, because it is nice that when I hold him, my head rests on his chest. Like, that is nice. But it's nice being with a guy who I can wear heels and he doesn't give a shit,
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
I had HH. See, that's where the back pain comes from. But B cup, as someone who formerly a member of the itty bitty titty committee, sometimes it's just not like that. Let's see. Who do cosmetic changes look so much better before than after. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of nose jobs where it's like, why did you get rid of that?
Okay, so I think one of the things I find attractive, which is very rare for me to find, like, recognize attractiveness, I think I like noses that are like pronounced.
Yes, I like
and
a
like
Roman nose.
Roman noses are great. It's so funny because I love my husband's nose and it's been broken twice. So it's like, and it's like kind of like bigger, pointier. I love it. And I'll get so sad. I'll see people doing before and afters of nose jobs. I'm not telling anyone what to do with their body at all. And there are tons and tons of reasons for people to get like rhinoplasties for many different reasons. But I am like, no, your beautiful, beautiful face. Like, now you have a ski slope, and I'm so sad.
I'm so sick of everyone getting the Whoville nose, the ski slope Whoville. It's like,
no.
oh, now you look like a basic bitch, or like
Yes.
a podcaster.
Oh yeah, the
podcast. Like a god or a goddess before you.
I love that. I was like, your beautiful, beautiful nose, like the Greek look. Oh my gosh. Someone told she was Jewish. I don't know what this actually means. She was like this older Jewish, very devout Jewish lady, but she goes, "Oh, you like the Semitic look," and I was like, I don't know what that means, but I do like the nose that you got going on.
It's because the Jewish people, it's one of the sort of ethnicities and looks where they have a pronounced nose.
Oh, because I was like, I was just telling her, I was like, her facial structure is gorgeous. Like, she is just a beautiful woman. She's like in her 70s now. She like looks like so gorgeous. Not that age causes looks to go up or down, but I'm just like, she's just like this beautiful woman. And she's like, you like the Semitic look? And I made it sound, I was like, I'm not being a weirdo, but you're making it weird.
Oh no, she was just.
But she was just saying, like, now I understand
my Jewish-looking face.
Yes,
it's very similar to the Italian look, but it's one of those things where you can see an Italian person and know that's an Italian person, and a Jewish person know that's a Jewish person, and it's. I couldn't articulate what the difference is, but when you see it,
you see it.
Also, I'm Italian, so it's one of those things. But like, I could see and know the difference, but at the same time, I couldn't articulate exactly what it is, but it's very similar, and they tend to have very pronounced noses, and they tend to be very similar. Butters, come on. Butters is having the best day. I hope Cliff is feeling better. Let me text him. Oh my gosh, it's almost 7 and we only did one sprint.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh God, my mom texting us medical AI stuff.
Ew. There's an unidentified goop on my arm that's blue. How much you want to bet this is Play-Doh that it just like leaned into?
I'm sorry. It's probably the hat. I missed it. What?
Oh, are you talking about a yarmulke? Like, you can tell because they're wearing a yarmulke. I like how you called it a hat.
Song's really matter. It was that vibe. The songs really matter. Oh my goodness. He could be Saeed. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people, that's the vibe that they got from him.
And also, like you're saying, like, it's all made up and like it's a social construct. It's just where ancestors are from, really. That
it's trippy how it's still afternoon there, and here it's already night. Like, it's just the sun is just starting to set.
It's dark, and I'm like, so there were lots of like school dismissals, and like I got off of work a little bit earlier than usual because there was like all the storm warning and stuff. But so far, it just rained. So
nice, good.
It was pretty windy though. Man, I have hiccups really badly. I'm sorry.
How dare you? There's this one log right by the fence here, and there's this one lady deer who likes to sit right next to that log. And she'll just be sitting there, and I'll be like, hello. I forgot. I gave her a name. I think it was Feline.
Feline, like from Bambi.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm not 100% sure, and I will just see her and I'll be like, "Hi, lady," and she just chills there while I'm.
What was I love deer names. There's Giselle, Feline, and then there was one, Clarice is from the Claymation one.
See, I can't hear Clarice without thinking,
Clarice.
fava beans with a nice Chianti.
That's so funny.
Would you rather have $1 trillion or follow your dreams? So stupid.
I feel like the trillion, because then you can definitely follow your dreams.
That's a good point, but
you can save the world.
Oh, Cliff is like, "Are you coming back?" No, never. I'm just kidding. That's sweet.
Like, give me 5, because basically never. Ends in 5s. 5.
I'm just kidding. Give me 5. It feels nice to be wanted,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if I had $1 trillion, I could follow all my dreams. Exactly. I'd follow my dreams and then turn the world into a matriarchy.
Yes.
Because I could afford to do it.
I think it's wild how these billionaire people have, like, they could have the best PR teams ever, and they kind of do, and they still are losers.
Right?
And I'm like, this is sad. Like, you have more money than God, and you can't get people to like you.
What's crazy to me is that they could change the world for the better and still be the richest people in the world.
Yes.
It's not like
what are you saving up for, bro? You're gonna die too. Like, where's that gonna go?
It's not like they would have to bankrupt themselves to end world hunger. It would be like 5% of their wealth, and they could do it, and they still won't do it.
Never get over when he asked Elon Musk asked I forget what no, not the World Health Organization, UNICEF, something like that, where he was like, how much would it cost to end world hunger? And they were like, it would probably take like $1.4 billion a year for 10 years, and then world hunger would end, because world hunger comes from a distribution problem. We don't have a production problem. We have a distribution problem. I just learned that a couple years ago. I didn't know. And he was like, okay, cool. And then he bought like Twitter for like $45 billion. And it's like, what the hell? What just happened? And like, that was stupid.
And it's crazy to me because there was a time where he had like a decent reputation.
Yes, I didn't even know about him, but I thought he seemed cool because he like did space stuff. I was like, oh, that's neat. Like, yeah, just in passing.
He had a decent reputation where he was considered very leftist because his company was all about like
the
environment, saving energy, and that's why so many people where we live have Tesla cars, is because we're all like, it's this leftist.
There are a lot of Tesla's cars here too.
Yeah, it's like all about the Tesla roofs and using solar energy instead of gasoline and all this stuff. And it's like, we're gonna save the environment, and then it's like he literally could have just
fell off the face of the earth.
He could have just left it there, but then he's like, by the way, guys, I'm transphobic, and then by the way, guys, I'm this other horrible thing, and hey, did you? And it's just like, stop,
chill out.
Oh my god.
By the way, guys, I'm going to use my child as a human shield. Like, what is happening? Also, something else that doesn't make sense to me, his like sense of currency and like what makes him good or not good is like really weird. Because one of the things he did is he keeps like impregnating people, but he doesn't, and there's no shame in this. It's just how he talks about it is really strange, where he's like, he'll impregnate them through artificial insemination. But then he's like, I haven't had sex in 4 years. I'm like, what's happening right now?
See, I didn't know that.
Why are we like doing this? This is very strange. It's making me uncomfortable. Like, I shouldn't know about this. But yeah, he just is like.
I'm the same way. I have a Tesla, and so I can't hold anyone, accountable because I got one for the same reasons as most of the people. Yeah, as most of the people around here, as we're like, oh, you don't have to buy gas anymore. It's better for the environment, all that stuff. But you can't have that same thought process of the Cybertruck, because first of all, the Cybertrucks came out after we knew that he was that way. So that there's a very obvious timestamp of, oh, okay, he's a piece of shit, and you still bought that. Whereas
that's weird.
Also, Tesla models, it's like
more than a house I bought. Like it's more.
Really?
Yeah. But the first house I got,
How much are Cybertrucks? Cybertruck price.
they're hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's $70,000.
It was not. It was not. Look up how much it was when it first came out. Because it was, I thought it was like 200 or 220 or something.
Okay, I was about to say, when announced in 2019, this Tesla Cybertruck had an original price of $40,000.
No. It was no. Maybe I was thinking about a different Tesla product.
Canadian Cybertrucks were priced at $149,000 to $183,000.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was. The Cybertruck Cyber Beast was near or above $100,000, often exceeding $120,000. And then the upcoming 2026 Tesla Roadster is expected to become the highest price model, ranging from $200,000 to $250,000. Do you think he's just like bumping up the pay because no one's buying his cars anymore?
No, there was actually a huge sale recently where the prices went really, really low. So I think it's the opposite, that he's making them cheaper because no one will buy them.
Oh, okay.
No, my foot. Oh my Jenna, you got caught in a Tesla. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Fuck me, right? But it's funny because around here everyone has them, you know. But
Yeah.
but we're all driving them with the stickers that say, "I got this."
Like, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
but I'm not gonna give this back.
Right?
No.
It's like, it was
what are you gonna do?
expensive.
Give it back and go into like no. Also, I'm thinking. I know 4 people, which is kind of weird in Appalachia because of all the hills. It's not like that great. But I know like 4 people just like in the neighborhood that have a Tesla. So it's definitely popular. But they had it before as well.
Oh yeah, we all know. I think everyone knows, except for the people who are like, no, just
he's waving hello. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
No, that I went through like a bit of like a spiral depression whenever I saw that on the big screen, because I was like, oh,
this is where we're at.
We're just now, like doing that.
Yeah, now we're at a place where it's just like things keep happening and it's like, oh, another one. Okay. But yeah. You want a vehicle you can take through a car wash? No, you don't.
If you just put it in, what was it? If you put it in car wash mode, or if you don't put it in rain mode, that's the Cybertruck. If you don't put it in rain mode, it's so bad. It's so bad, and it peels apart. I've watched a lot of stuff about the Cybertrucks because a couple like YouTubers have done like there was one who did like I'll rent it and see. I think Danny Gonzalez did it. And then the one I liked the most was Drew Gooden, where he was talking about like just how vehicles have gotten bigger and like less safe as they go. It sounds boring, but it was like really, really well done.
Cool.
So yeah, it was good stuff. But they both rented it and they were like, you see, he's like, here's how you turn it off. He's like, see, it's very intuitive. You go here and then you go to options, you do this and then you do that. And he had to like watch a video on it. And then he was like, and then you turn it off and you have to make sure it really turns off 15 minutes later, because sometimes they'll just like randomly turn back on. And they're like, it's under warranty, but like if you take it through the car wash and you don't put it in car wash mode and you fuck it up, then they won't pay for anything. You have to pay out of pocket because you like basically totaled your car. Isn't that crazy? I was like, you're gonna be like outside.
And what's crazy is because like the car I have, it turns off on its own. I walk away and it turns off. You know, it's like, you have this model here, just do the same
like thing. Just do that. Yeah, I don't know. And then I loved when he was like, it's bulletproof, and he just smashes it and completely crumbles.
It's crazy. What a time to be alive. Oh, hello, the hawk's here. Hello,
the hawk has returned.
Yes, we have a hawk that lives.
I heard it too.
It's very beautiful. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it has brought its partner a few times. But the thing is, I can't tell which. I know that the bigger one is the female, but I don't
the
know.
bigger one is the female.
Yes,
That's cool.
But I don't know which one is. They look the same except size. So I don't know which is the regular. I don't know which one's the one that's always here. So when they're together, I'm like, who's the one who's being invited over? Which one of you? So
which is the booty caller and which one's the booty callee?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, they're very, very beautiful. But that's part of the reason. I mean, hawks are the same size as Butters, so I don't think one would ever take off with her.
One did try and eat Artie.
Was it a hawk or a falcon?
Oh, I don't know.
Because falcons are, well, it also could be regional because around here the hawks are small. They're like, 6 pounds.
I mean, we have bald eagles where I live too.
Yeah.
Falcons, so it was not a bald eagle, but
yeah.
still.
Falcons are big, and I would be very scared if falcons were around here. Hawks are like, they get like bunnies.
Falcons are typically smaller, faster, and more aerodynamic.
Really?
Hawks are larger, heavier, and have shorter, rounded wings.
Maybe it depends on the area.
It might. Hold on. Hold on. It was I think it was a red-tailed hawk. Oh, how big are those? Also, Artie was like 1, so he was still like a puppy. He was little. No, it wasn't a red-tailed. No, wait. No. It was a. Oh, I didn't know we have golden eagles as well. That's interesting. It was a.
The one that is in our that lives here is a red-shouldered hawk, and they're a pound. They're not big. They weigh a pound. They're it looks like
a peregrine falcon. That is there's no way. Hold on.
We get those around here.
I didn't think it was in my state. Whoa, we do. It's the fastest animal like in the world, I thought. I'm pretty sure. One time I had a really good friend in elementary school, and his special interests were peregrine falcons. So I'm really surprised I didn't hear about how like.
Oh yeah, they have a lot around here, and what was I gonna say? But the red shoulder hawk, they're only like 1 foot to 2 feet long.
Okay.
So it's very similar size to Butters, except they weigh less. 1 pound, and so they usually eat like little. What do I think they eat? Like I know they eat bunnies. Yeah.
I don't remember what thing tried to eat.
Mice.
Butters. But when I used to lay out in the sun for like a long period of time, I would like bring my book out and I'd like tan outside, and I would have to like get up and move because I'd be like, the turkey vultures are circling. I wonder what animal died, but it was me. They're like, wow, they're going to feast tonight, boys.
We had an owl living in our yard area as well, but I never saw it, obviously, but we would hear it.
That's so cute. On my drive into work, I saw, it was about a month ago, but I saw a barred owl, which is my favorite owl, and I saw a barred owl again.
Barred owl.
Those with the little lines.
Oh,
they're so beautiful. But I was like, today is gonna be okay. We also have barn owls, which do look like little like ghosts. But the one that I hear the most and I think is more prevalent is the one that goes like and at night during the summer or like the late summer, that'll happen. I'm like, what? This is creepy as hell. But
yeah, I believe I looked it up, and I believe the one that we think it was the great horned owl that lives
I
here.
love great horned owls. That is so beautiful.
But they're big, and that made me scared for Butters because they could get a Butters. So I was like, we're not taking you outside at night. But because the other owls that live in this area, they don't hoo, but the great horned owl hoos. It hoo-hoos. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, I don't want, it just worries. We also live in mountain lion territory, but fortunately, like, we're not directly in it, but we're near it. There's,
I will never get over being like, I'm gonna walk through a redwood forest. I'm like, doo 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 doo. And then there's a couple, I was like, oh, I'll take a picture of you. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I was like, everything is okay. And they're like, you're walking alone? And I was like, yeah. And they like, I would never. And I was like, why? They're from California. They were just like walking away. And
I know. I remember you telling me this, and I was just like, I was like, how Iona's gonna get herself killed while she's visiting us, and her husband's
I would die doing
me.
what I loved.
Her husband's gonna blame me, and I'm gonna be like, I didn't know that she was gonna walk through a redwood forest by herself.
Like, what do you think I was gonna... And it was so funny because I was like, wow, Jenna, these roads are so windy. And you're like, you drove up there? You drove up there? I was like, yeah, the car shut off a couple times because I wasn't pushing the buttons right.
I wouldn't even drive up there when I live here.
I took videos of them. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then I learned that I was driving up switchbacks and I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on.
I told Cliff and he was like, he just stared at me and then he shook his head and looked away.
What is that? What was I supposed to do? Not explore?
I'm like, take an Uber or something.
I'm not going to take an Uber into the Redwood Forest. Oh, then when I got to the Redwood Forest, I couldn't find my credit card because I'd bought boba on the way and like left it somewhere.
Oh my God. No, we don't have a suicide forest. That's Japan.
No, that's...
no, it's just that the Redwood Forest, like this area, it's
like it was also
country.
mountain lion season too.
Yeah.
I'm like, season? They're like, yeah, we would like never go up there alone. I was like, okay, well.
Can a girl, you can have whimsy, but like, for example, when I go to the Redwood Forest, I go to like an area that's like very close to the road, and I like stay there and like draw the redwood trees
at the fucking bench.
I don't hike through the forest where all the fucking you have no idea how many times in the newspaper
saw snakes.
Yeah, how many times in the newspaper that it's like, oh, another mountain lion mauling another mountain lion. Like they like one time, people have snow days at some places.
Yes,
there were a couple times in elementary school where we had mountain lion days where we couldn't go to school because there was a mountain lion on campus. Okay, guys, so you don't you can have whimsy, but you can whimsy safe.
Can a girl not have a whimsy? Well, it's so funny because I was like, I will go here, and I was like, I am unnerved by these palm trees, but I know I'll go here and it'll be okay. And every sense did not ground me. I was just dissociating through the trees. The ground was sand. It didn't make any, there was no soil to be seen. My skin was evaporating off of me.
She's like, what is this place? And there's a mountain lion standing there, and they're like, she's too messed up.
Like, we can't eat this. It's just cruel.
Yeah. let her figure it out.
Also, there was no bug. You don't have any bugs. I don't know how anything exists there when there are no bugs. Yeah. So there's no bugs. There's no like sounds.
That's why I hate traveling to other places in the United States, because our bugs are like, we have bugs, but they're very small.
You don't really. Yes. Yeah. Like
they're very small. And then I go to other places and I'm like, these bugs are dinosaurs. Get me over it.
And it was also cool too because it smelled like, or the sun was different because you guys are 3 hours behind, so the the light wasn't right, but very lovely. And the birds didn't sound right because I'm not used to them. And then I was like, it's okay, smell, but it smelled overwhelmingly of maple syrup because this particular flower was blooming, and I was like gagging on the maple syrup smell, but it was delicious. And then I was like, it's fine, I'll use touch to ground me. And I was like, look at this beautiful, beautiful redwood. And I touched it and its bark just floated away. And I was like, what's happening? It was soft. I was like, oh no, I broke the tree. I like kept pushing on it and pushing, and it was like, and a couple was like, I wouldn't walk up there if I were you. There's mountain lions. And I was like, you know what? I'm in too deep at this point, and I'm just going to keep going.
Jenna talks about California like it's the old country. That's Iona talking about,
It
not
is
me.
me.
I'm just like,
You're like,
I
this
love
is
it here.
fresh and new in Silicon Valley. And I
Yeah.
was like, what is this prehistoric place?
Yeah, I can't handle humidity in other areas. We're very fortunate because we don't really have humidity here. I mean, maybe just a tiny bit sometimes, but not
My
really.
hair looked great. My hair's never looked better. My skin, but also sometimes I wonder, was it me not being used to the humidity, or was it because I would walk more than 10 miles every day?
It's probably
Or
a combo.
I was only there for like 3 days, and like for 4 maybe, and but also had just been in the plane. So also I wondered if that kind of like messed with my skin barrier, as the children say. I'm just kidding. Everyone knows what skin barrier is. And then I just pimpled out from there, you know. I just turned into a mummy from there.
Yeah,
The cicadas. Where are the cicadas?
Yeah, that's not a thing here. And when people talk about cicadas, it sounds like they're talking about something from like a horror movie. And I'm like, I'm so glad I don't
They
live
are
where you live.
beautiful. And I love when they hatch.
I've seen 2 ever, and beautiful is not the word I would use. But
They're
I also
iridescent, Jenna. They're like little gems.
agree to disagree.
And their feet tickle. I told you I used to put them in my
I
hair and
know.
stuff and bejewel myself with the bugs.
Oh wow, mountain lions. Yes, that's our big animal over here. There are bears too, but that's like you have to really go out to find them.
We
Whereas
have
mountain lions,
bears, coyotes, and some mountain lions, but they're very rare.
my parents, we have like cameras around our houses and stuff, and my parents will just regularly send us a video of a little mountain lion walking across their front yard, just like
That's crazy.
in the middle of the night, just like hello,
I do think it's cool that like North America has lions in it, because I think that's fun.
Yes, but anywho, we should probably end things here because poor Cliff is waiting for me. I can't help if I'm
your beloved.
If I'm so desired to be around. But anywho, Iona, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Creepy Corn Folklore. You can buy my book Ashes on Amazon. And at Creepy Corn Folklore is on Twitch for Wednesdays, streaming, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Awesome. And I have a video coming out this Wednesday, so definitely check it out. It is the first episode of my new course. So check it out. There will be a worksheet associated with it and everything. Woo!
I'm going to do the worksheet. I like whenever I can do homework. It makes me feel nice.
And what else? Oh yeah, buy my book. It's linked below. Buy all my books, please. They're linked below. I just announced that finally all of the hardbacks are up online and ready to go. The brand new hardbacks with the gorgeous case laminates. We had a lot of issues with Amazon for the Savior's Champion hardback. The other hardbacks have been up for eons, but the Savior's Champion is finally all worked out. So they're all up and available. So definitely check out my books. Check out my writing craft book. Sorry, there's a bug. This Shut Up and Write the Book, as well as How to Write Romantasy. Check out The Savior's Army. And who do you hear, Foo-Foo? Here, there's Butters being a little ferocious beast. And we will be back on Monday with another live stream. She's barking with another dog. And come back on Wednesday for a new video. Alrighty. Come on, Butters. You want to say bye? Say yes? Bye.